All right, let's go on, man. Yeah, it's been a long day. I've been on panels when they talk about this issue with Umar Johnson and uh, what you call it, Kevin Samuels. Man, it's crazy. Everybody's doing topics. I think it all started with DS1. Like he was going to make a topic about it, and I think basically I just want to put this up as a stream, and I just want to discuss something. And I think I came from Bronzebird's channel. We was talking about people being crazy over this topic, and then I think Umar made a response that the Manosphere is just so blue pill. I mean, he's right on some things, but who is he to say? This man had so many years to build a school, and I just don't agree with his conflict. Same old rhetoric, same old pro-black ish that I've heard for years, right? Um, I think what KS is doing, he's already mainstream. He's the champ of the mainstream manosphere. He doesn't mess with the black manosphere no more, the so-called black manosphere of 2.0. He's evolved as a champion, right? But the thing about it is, like, I just realized what's going on in these spaces, man. Like they get crazy over these debates and they act nutty, and then that's where they are. But I found out that I've seen those topics, and it was about to come. Who was the first topic that mentioned? I think it was on Mace Taggart when he was talking about that with Umar Johnson. What he said like that. I was in the morning, got off his stream, and then I think Ramil talked about the Derek Chauvin thing, talked about the Umar thing, and what Platinum Elite the other day, the yesterday said, let's do a talk about the case. Man, I was trolling hard on Mr. Fitnall. You already know who he is, Fantabulous, man. And nigga was screaming, cussing us out, man, and saying, "Hey, man, you over here tripping." And the main thing I would wonder why he was tripping, and it led up to this. And then the Umar Johnson thing, I saw it on Ramil's later, but Platinum did a stream on that, and they was trolling. And KS Defense Force was trolling one dude named Mario. I was laughing my behind off, man. He was roasting him and everything. Had the sound effects, and you know, because this stream may be a little longer as usual, but it ain't gonna be too long because I might get off at 10:30 or at least 11. Because I don't know what time the third shift is gonna be. But yeah, man, yeah, I just want to make the topic. Y'all can discuss what's going on in these topics, and it's pretty funny that people get emotional about them. And if y'all want to come up, man, like I just want to just discuss this open panel. We can discuss about KS versus Umar. What's the difference between the two? Because one's mainstream already. The other is basically a pseudo intellectual we seen years ago on the so-called conscious community, and it's kind of redundant at this point because what's the point of in the matter? I just see people be making emotional statements and they just go crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've noticed when people get crazy, they talk about these topics, they take it like religiously. It's a pattern. I'm surprised that Platinum entertained this nonsense, even though they was cool with KS. That's like the band of the whole manosphere. A lot of people said some dudes ain't gonna make it and whatever, but Umar has decent points, but he's defending the women, so yeah, he put us in one bag. So that's just how it is, man. Um, I've noticed that, and yeah, I just came from Brownstone, uh, Powwow, Ront, and Three Watching. Yeah, man. Like I've realized that I have to do this stream, and it's gonna be a little longer. I want to keep this up for a minute and see who comes up. And I've noticed something that they had these topics. And I think BGS made a topic on it called Umar, bruh, just stop and give it up. Y'all can watch that. It's a lot of people coming in on the heads, man, and that's just how it is. Like I just don't understand why people get so emotional about it. And I think he did a 7-hour stream on it. Platinum did, and Emil did, and all this other stuff. You know, and that's it. You know, you know. Yeah, I ain't gonna listen to that nonsense by my boy. Yeah, that ain't gonna last long. Yeah. Solo TV and Ramil. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I don't look at that stream, but yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm talking about it, and then I'm just looking at the the stuff is on. It was a one-on-one House of Power, Prophet of Thought going against Man of Tomorrow. I mean, y'all can look at that too. But it's just like Xanatos is cammed up. He usually don't cam up and be on panels like that. He be using the avatar. And then the LAR movement and solo TV. Yeah, Ramil. See, Ramil's got so much play, man. They play up to this dude, man. But yeah, I'm just looking at stuff right now. But yeah, I just want to get into the topic, man. What I've noticed on these live streams, man, these people get crazy, man. Like I've seen people use stuff and then it's just like, what I think about it, or I think about Umar Johnson, why is the town to expose Kevin Samuels, man? I mean, dude, the dude is making his money. Yeah, he's trying to get to 1 million, but what I think about it is, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of trying to expose him and call them all these names? And you do the same thing with the women. Most of his followers are females. That Hotep stuff. And what I've noticed, why dudes do this? Why dudes do this? Like they do this all the time, and then I'm just saying, like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy talk, you know. And I just want to just like, it's just crazy, you know. And yeah, so we got some explaining into. Let's look at situations like this. I ain't gonna hit nobody's live streams and shit like that. Powwow, and and I think he said we was a blue pill Manosphere. That was by DS1. But let me show you something. Let me show you something for the screen share. Screen share YouTube. Let's go do this. Let's see, YouTube share. Okay, right here. You see this video? Umar says that Black Manosphere is blue pilled. Yeah, I saw that like round two something, and then let's go to Platinum. Platinum had a 7 hour stream about who got game. That was a good stream and talk about Kevin and Umar. And then somebody was an Umar defender said, you need to get him on your channel, Platinum. I'm like, yeah. That's basically what's going on in the sphere, man. They talking about it, and people went on to different and better things. But yeah, man. And I'm just looking at it for right now. And that's just how it is. But basically, you just looking at it for whatever reason. So yeah, it's gonna dump it in because I know everybody is doing their little live streams right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be here, see who's gonna come up, and I'm just gonna be StreamYard.com/ what is it? What is it? 7W8G3JKA. Yeah. Yeah, it's an open panel if y'all want to come up. But yeah, I'm just gonna look at it for now. Yeah. I know y'all too busy in streams, but yeah, it's gonna be a decent one. Because I'm not tripping off of what's going on here. He's losing less viewership, man. Oh my God. They ain't even listening to MOT, man. Goddamn, man. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it's open panel. But yeah, everybody's talking about Umar Johnson, but I'm gonna see what Solo talking about. You got Xanatos and everybody. They trying to say he's a new Derek Jackson. This is some crazy stuff, man. Yeah. I try not to get involved in that stuff, man, but I just want to just throw this live stream up. I know Bronze Bird is in it, I have to make my stream and do whatever. So, yeah, man, because I know people ain't going to listen to me as much, but but yeah, I just want to discuss about those two, man. Like, I think he's beyond Derek 2.0 because he has a women-based following, and this is what people probably want. They're going to probably talk about this for the rest of the week. And KS is going to get those numbers probably during June and after. So we'll see. We'll see. And people predicted this. It's going to hit you like a rock. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when you're dealing with individuals like that, supporting them like that. And I mean, it's understandable. Like, I think people enjoy that, they enjoy that. And that's just the whole purpose of the thing. So, that's the whole purpose. And I think you just have to take heed and do whatever. Yeah. And that's already won the game. Or Dallas is ahead of one. He said, don't let them hear you that. And, yeah, man. Yeah, Kevin Samuels, man. Like, that's the guy they talking about against Umar Johnson, but that's what you got to deal with. And I just don't see people, yeah. Yeah, audio avatars. Okay. Let's look at my settings. Invite group, invite guest. Yeah, clipboard, guests. Okay. Yeah, when you have 10, I can open it up. I'm just like saying, man, they talking about Umar and everything else. I mean, they trying to get that bag. that's a hot topic in the sphere, I guess. But yeah, man, it's just like what I've seen from panels in the comments. We talk a little politics, but that one's probably the biggest besides the weave. And I want to explain something about the art of new style. He was trying to get a women audience on that one. I think the purpose of that stream is like, it is very simple. He wanted to add a feature to his content. Like everybody's fishing for content at this point. Like you got with the Kevin Samuels Umar thing, that's like a big thing. Who's gonna get the most views on that? And they're trying to compete with that. That's just, it's ridiculous at this point. But but they got your boy over here, live streaming whatever. But my man Bronzebird's live streaming right now, so we're not gonna intrude on him yet. So yeah, man. They take this stuff way too far. And I want to see what my channel is like, I'm gonna go like this. It's open panel. I'm gonna go screen share a little bit. Let y'all come in real quick. Live stream. Yeah. It's right here. Yeah, I'm live streaming right now if y'all want to know. Just hit the link, and we can have a discussion, because I know people don't want to talk about it, but, I can go another hour or two, because I know people's probably listening to your boy acting crazy right now, but you know how that goes, man. I mean, can we say the dashboard, you know? Yeah. Let's see my content. Yeah, what I'm doing right now. Live streaming. Yeah, I got 2 live streams upgraded. Okay. The next one is going to be about stoicism and cynicism and black pill talk. I'll talk that on the 15th on the Saturday. Tomorrow I'll be talking about asceticism. Some of the black pill talk. I've talked in my recent videos. I'm gonna put that up. It's gonna be 4:30, and I'll bring some links out. On that one, I got them on standby. Let's go back to my channel. Let's go back to my channel. Yeah. I don't see what's going on. Yeah. We'll see who's gonna hit it. Yeah. They probably out right now. Let's look at. I did a 2-hour. Yeah, upgraded my 10. Here's what I did last night. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I can go live around, let's say stale. Dawn. I can go live at with 10 people now. I just upgraded my StreamYards, man. And yeah, man. I'm just over here looking at a live stream with SKC and your boy. Right now on StreamYards, and I just want to make this live stream. You know, it was a good live stream with Wacky World of Bo, and I just did one with the response video with my recent video with Epicureanism, trying to see the audio issues with my headphones and all that stuff. It's a good build. Good stream for like 2 hours. The rest of it, I just finished the other video, and we had a good discussion for an hour. Now I can add up to 10 people, have a full conversation, like open panel, things like that, and extend it for like hours and all that stuff. I mean, it was a free plan. I've been going on panels, having the account as a guest, as a link. But when I do my streams, I upgraded my plan. So I'm really proud of myself, what I'm doing. And yeah, I can add 10 people so I can talk to, build my subscriber base and things like that. So yeah, it's well worth it. Needed it. Something coming out of the sky, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep doing more topics now. Now, the one I'm going to do is asceticism, or something like that. Asceticism on Friday night, or should I say Friday afternoon. It'll be at 4:40. And then the other one I'm going to do hedonism on the 15th on the weekend on Saturday. So yeah, I want to skim through it. Yeah, that's just a video to get something started. I'm going to stop the screen share. Yeah, y'all can come up anytime. Yeah, I'm just talking about KS and Umar, what I see from different live streams and panels. But Platinum showed his behind. But KS Defense Force, man, he's funny. He trolled the mess out of Mario. I think they call him Pink T. And he was in the chat tripping about the subject. It was a Umar Defender today. You had it on Ramil's later on, but see, Ramil did 2 streams. Now he's with Solo TV talking about it. It's a hot topic right now. Umar Johnson said the Manosphere is nothing but blue pill guys. Kind of disagree with him. I mean, you got some blue pill guys in the space, but not all. But you have some red pill guys that's actually really red pill. But it's like you have the pseudo red pillars and you got the real ones. And most of them are kind of blue pill on the low, the incels, specifically the 2.0 space that's been explained by DS1 and all them other guys. But yeah, when you have remedial topics talking about women, I just discussed this on Brownsburg. That was a good stream he did. That stream we discussed is what we're seeing the layout what's going on. I have no problems with topics like that, but sometimes relationship things ain't my thing. That ain't my topic. That ain't like my bread and butter. This one is just like a entertainment mix of the two, but you got two guys with two school of thoughts. One deals with the relationship with marriage, and the other one deals with the pseudo intellectualism and try to con people out of money, but trying to preach pro black hotepism. I've seen this stuff almost a decade ago during the Sarah Sutin SETI era and Umar Johnson era, but they was beefing around this time too, going back and forth with videos before we had these live streams and super chats and all that, StreamYards and Zoom and all the others. I mean, Skype was probably the first live stream to talk people out of town. But yeah, I think when we understand about these spaces, people get so emotional about what's going on, about these topics. And I try to stay away from doing topics like these, but this one is kind of important. It's the draw people are looking for. They love that draw so they can get that extra cash. And I get it. And they try to say Umar is clout chasing. I've heard that in a chat and all that stuff. Yeah, it's straight up clout chasing. I think he's one of the most influential guys. At the time, people thought he was great. He was a doctor. I don't believe he's a psychologist, though. I think he's just using it as a scam. But yeah, man, he's one of them dudes you just got to watch. You just got to be careful with him because some things he just goes extreme with. You know what I mean? He's extreme for my taste. I just really kind of find him odd sometimes. Like, dude. We got to look at you, man. We got to look at your credentials, man. Like, that's one thing I can say about dudes, but sometimes you just got to look at them side-eyed. Like, man, that's just the one thing we have to understand. I don't pay these dudes no mind, but that's the whole purpose. Yeah, I'm live streaming, Mace live streaming. I'm sure he's live streaming. Yeah, Brown Brook got off. Yeah. Y'all can come on, man. I mean, we can discuss this. How to train her to be obedient. Oh my God. They got this on my feed. I don't even watch dude like that. Okay, let me get him up out of here. Jesus. Prophet of Thought is doing with MOT, which I don't really care. He's gonna talk about the same old stuff. It's a pattern with these dudes. I can't wait till June in the summertime, man, and see what they really made of. Yeah. Yeah, of course I got Ramil, Charles, Official, Wacky, Big J Triple X, of course Beasley. Yeah, string team means a damn fool. Let's see what my boy's at. He said it was like 27 dislikes with the Cynthia G uh interview. She said beta male dusties. I mean, why do y'all hate this female so much? I don't really care for her. She's not even all that. I mean, she's just a critic. She's like to run her mouth. She's one of them gigapack type bitches, man. I just don't take these hoes seriously, man. I just laugh. Say some things. You know, in 5 minutes, okay, cool. We can have a discussion. Okay. And yeah, so I can get this stream off the ground because I'm going to be here till probably till 11. I'll shut it down if someone wants to come up. And by the way, I can hold up 10 people now. I upgraded my StreamYards because, now it's going to go. And, yeah, we'll see what we're going to do here. Yeah, he's a mod on my channel. I just need some protection right now. Yeah. Let's look at this right now. I'm gonna get it off the screen share in a minute. Okay. All right. Yeah. They tripping right now. Let me look at Subscribe to this dude right here, man. He's got the funniest stuff, man. I'm gonna promote your channel, my man. String Teams, if you're out there, salute to this dude. Protect him. He's got 354 subscribers. Protect this dude, okay? Let's go up here. I subscribe to this dude. Deep dude, talks about real topics. He's got a Patreon, Too Raw for TV and the sports. He's similar to Mace, but he's popular. He's a big channel. And if Mace see this, subscribe to this dude. I'm gonna post a link to him in the future. I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning if I ever get on the panel. I'm not on his live stream right now. Yeah, I listen to Philly Fame and all this other stuff. Okay, Zach, he's a good brother. Keep him in line. You know, he's another good one. If y'all like Shaka Nulu, get him up to 1,000, please. This dude is amazing. He's cool in the chat and everything. If he gets a Zoom, I have to send him my email, but give him that. And then Bunker is an excellent dude. I don't know if he's subscribed or not. And then there's Absalon. Subscribe to Absalon. That's my man. Fam you all day. And Nick Taylor. Salute to the brother, man. Salute to him. I know Nick is awesome. Nick's awesome. Third Ward, yes. Third Ward, yes. Of course, John the Analyst is funny. You got my man She. Please subscribe to these brothers, man. Shango gave me a wrench during this live stream. The King of the Kittens strikes again. The Manosphere. It's a 3-hour stream. Yeah, he gave me one and I came through. So shouts out to him. If he comes by, I'll give him a return of favor. And there's Daquan, there's BGS, Life, Big J Triple S. And subscribe to this brother right here. Wacky is the man. Subscribe to him. Please subscribe to him. Because this dude is 1.0 bound, right? I've been following him since 2012. This dude has great content. I'm on some of his panels. If you see in the videos, subscribe to his content, okay? And just do what you have to do, I just want you to know that, I don't mess with the other dudes, but yeah, Zero's cool. Tech Nubian, Lionel, Real Deal Financial. What's his name? Real Deal Financial. Plane and all that. Okay, the Fed crash and all that. And just for that, I talked to him on the panel. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Okay. Of course, I'm subscribed to Ramil. Art of New Style. Good dude. Good dude. Good dude. He's got great topics. Please subscribe to him. Please subscribe to that man. Hit me live. Your wrench is there. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Jonathan, the real deal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see you. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna do that. She live. Oh, you ain't live. Oh, I ain't seen your stuff. Yeah. I know what you meant now. Okay, she. Yeah. I subscribe BGS's second channel. I got the Igmore. What's the Black Pill Gnostic? Okay. Sheets TV, salute to him. Subscribe to this brother. He's awesome. He shot me out in the chat. Auntie, another dude from the Roger Report. Cool dude. Please subscribe to him. And of course, you want to subscribe to Platinum and others. I'm just going to stop screen sharing. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, he's cool, he's cool. A lot of these dudes, they awesome, man. Like that's my subscription. I got 300 something, and then I forgot another thing. Damn. Let me. They recently gave me a wrench. Hold on. Let me let me let me pop them out for you. Okay, what's their names? Yeah, for the record, let's look at them for a minute. Subscribe to this channel. They recently gave me a rich on the episode. What's it called? It's complicated. Shouts out to Topaz, Third Ward. Subscribe to his channel, Third Ward, and Brian. You know, Bitcoin L. They're good peoples. I mean, there's Beasley, of course. He's on a restriction. He's done with Angry Man. It's not lucrative for him. And it's Big J. He's a good dude. He's got great topics. Big J, shouts him out. He's got good stuff. Even though he has a little, he mentions me out. And then Charles, of course. Charles is the man with the plan. Please, please, great live streams from him. Salute to him. And of course, Mr. Roger Report, what I call the Great Reset himself, the infamous Ruthless Nice Guy, aka Ruthless Nice One, Roger. Go ahead and subscribe to 3 of his channels. 1, 2, and 3, and live. I believe it's live. Yeah. Yeah. And who's the ones that's live? Bronzebird, shouts him out, get him up to 100, man. Fighter Complex, he talks about a little boxing and everything else. He's cool on the panel. And here's my boy Mace. Subscribe to Mace, man. Mace needed, man. At least get him to 1,000. That's the goal. He's the guy you want to. He's a good dude. He's cool peoples. Please subscribe to Mace. I encourage y'all to subscribe to him. And he is. Let's go on one. What's going on, 1Gs? Salute, man. Salute. Yeah, I'm just talking about Kevin Samuels and the Umar situation, man, all over the spirit, man. They acting crazy right now. Let me get off of these subscribers, man. I'm just chilling. Yeah, it's my thoughts. I'm live right now, man. Shit. Woo. Serene Williams and all this other stuff. Okay, Mace is on. I ain't gonna hit that right away. But this right here, Sheets TV got this one. This is what y'all want to look at. And he's saying we're all blue pill. Who's the guy that speaks for us? He did a part 2 to it. And yeah, man, they just talking about it right now. Yeah. I'm just gonna get my minds right. So yeah, if anybody wants to come up, I'm gonna stop the screen share right now. Yeah. Yeah, man. If y'all want to talk about KS, that's cool. Yeah, man. I know everybody's busy on these live streams, but yeah, if y'all want to come up, if the link doesn't work, we can have this discussion. We can solve it. I'm going to step away for a minute. All right. If y'all want to come through, the link's going to be in the chat. I want to step away a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, the link's in the chat if y'all want to discuss. So I'm going to step away for a minute. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. See, you want to discuss something? Yeah, man, I'm back. So, if anybody want to discuss on the topic, man, like I see all these streams, man, about this stuff, man. It's kind of funny. Before he gets to a million, we gotta have a little clout chase. I mean, Umar at 41,000, dude's almost a million, like 100,000, and it's silly that I have to do another screen share, man. Like, what is up with these dudes? Like, it was comparing subscribership, right? Hold on, let me cancel this. Hold on, let me open up the tab. Yeah, it was canceled. Yeah, it was. My stream was saying, okay. Let's look at Let's look at your boy. Let's look at your boy, Mr. Infamous Lord Samuels. Oh, what we say in the Brain Trust 7 Granules, aka Kevin Samuels. Okay. Um let's look at yeah, they got him in here. Okay, great. He's at 815,000 subscribers, almost to a million. They love this dude. You know, the infamous, the champ of the mainstream manosphere, man. And this is about me section. Image consultant, men's lifestyle. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and he's got a website since 2015. Okay, that's the difference. He's the champ, right? Champ is showing you. Let me get him off this shit. Off my shit. I don't mess with him like that. I don't trust neither one, but who would I trust? Oh God, they got him in the feed. Look how many topics they done did. Yeah, Mr. Palmer talking about it. Okay. Umar's got 41,000. If y'all don't know, on Black Beta Male YouTubian Life Coach, beware. Oh God, and they called him a beta male. That's what this is about. So-called wars, and she did on it, and Taz is talking about it, trading places. Oh my God. This is everybody's doing it. Hotep Jones. Yeah. He's gonna defend Umar. This is Brandon Mitchell, juror. Oh man. This is ridiculous at this point. Yeah, you see this madness? That's all they talk about. If I knew it was gonna be in the feed, I'm like, okay. Squan Epsilon. Peace. You mean Diva Samuels? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna. O'Shea did on it. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get out of that, man. These dudes is weird, man. I don't even fuck with dudes like that. But yeah, man, that's the whole topic of the spear. Threesome etiquette smash game. Officials going live. He's going live. Man, everybody's on fire tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, It was on fire tonight. Stop the screen share. Stop the screen share. Stop the screen share, man. Oh, okay. What's going on, Sheed?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. Absalom came through. Peace, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. I was talking to Smooth today, man.
Yeah.
It's like the more it comes out about Kevin, it's like the biggest topic. You got talking points that they can go for days with this guy. But I'm like, for all the guys that say he doesn't reflect the manosphere, why are we focusing on him?
Exactly.
I'm like, it's killing me, man. I'm like, dang. Like we could do more things. I keep telling people the pump and dump scheme,
Mm-hmm.
the actual SYSBM.
Mm-hmm.
That's more about saving yourself, not having sex with overseas women. They turn it into a culture.
Mm-hmm.
SYSBM, SYSBM is a culture of having sex overseas.
Right.
It's not a culture of saving yourself from the rhetoric, what's in America, picking a better woman, choosing exploring your options. That's what it's mainly about. Exploring your options. Don't get caught up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I think topic about it, and then I think Ramil did something, and they was talking about the Derek Chauvin case first, and then Platinum brought it up from yesterday's stream, and it got heated, and I think MOT came on and just wanted to talk about like he came after, and it was David Johnson and all them other dudes. They just wanted to say and save face, and they wanted all the attention and clout chasing, and it's kind of funny that what's going on, and these topics that crazy, and what gets happening is they get so divided on it, and then he started going after him and Ramil, and Ramil was trying to get clicks off of that, and then in the next thing they did the same topic with the Umar thing, say who was better than who, and then Platinum did the same thing, but KS Defense Force trolled this other dude. I started dying, and I forget his name was Mario, and he was messing with him. That's one of the funniest streams talking about the same topic out of all of them. I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. Then I just came from Bronzeburg talking about the same thing and talking about women all the time, and he had a good stream. It was called Ront or something like that, the Brownstone or the Ront. I was on there, and he did a good job. And I told him I upgraded to 10 people now on the live stream from yesterday. I was talking Wacky World. Oh, we talked about something similar. So.
Yeah. My thing, man, make it. I told Gold Professor this, and he kind of tends to steer away from like a lot of live streams because, like I told him, I did it in promotion. You got to make your presence known. You got to go on panels. You got to, talk a little bit. That's why I'm always on Roger's channel, kind of promote my channel and more or less staying on the topic at hand because a lot of his topic, it hit him and Art and the Star, closer to home because Roger, Art, and Gold Professor, I mean, I donate to them the most out of all the people in the space, especially Roger and Art, because their their whole thing is focused on the family.
Hmm.
Even with Art, he does like Zodiac panels. He did the weave panel versus natural. He does the millennial, the boomer panels. He does all the panels to try to, get a balance of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I told him I'm out like right now, my cash app, I gotta actually put another cash app out to the point where I'm gonna start donating more to his channel. Even with you, man, you put a cash app up, man. Once I get my cash app booming, because I more or less do the cash app versus super chat.
Yeah.
because you get majority of the money. I mean, they're just
Yeah.
it's a no brainer.
Yeah. I'm gonna work on the Cash App in the future. On
And then,
investing that. Yeah. I ain't really set up yet, but I will eventually.
yeah,
So
and then like I said, with a lot of channels, Go Professor, he speaks to a lot of what you speak to. BGS, that's another panel to jump on and make your presence known. He always shout you out. When you come on the panel, he always say what's up to you, and just with you coming on, giving your thought, it more or less kind of let people know because it's a guy called Perfect Timing. He always come on Roger's channel and he always talk
he's a
about his
good dude. I just came from a panel with him in Brownsburg. We had some good conversation.
yeah. So Brownsburg had a panel earlier. You were saying?
Yeah, with me and Wacky and Perfect Timing. He had Perfect Timing first, and I came on third, and he came right behind him, like a four panel for a minute, and then Wacky had to drop off.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't even get on that because man, I cracked my phone, and so I had a backup phone.
Yeah,
I had to wait till I get home to get my backup phone file. It was like a lot of live streams I missed earlier.
yeah. I think officials on too.
Yeah, I
Uh,
seen him
Teresa,
on.
yeah, and Fighter. Who else is on? Brownsburg. Hold on. Let me do a screen share. I just came from that. He's supposed to come by. I told him I got to stream. I'll leave this up because I may go off around 11:30 or whatever. See how long this goes, or if I
Yeah,
have to cut short. Yeah. Go like this. Here it is. Brownstone powwow. I was on the run. I was in it like a couple hours in. You can watch it on the playback. Yeah, but everybody in the chat subscribe to Brownsburg, man. He needs it.
yeah. The guy I was on his panel earlier. He was on there. Snuggles, the guy 668. He was over there, you know, trolling and doing what he do.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Snuggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's live. I just came from there, and I think it's good to talk about different topics. We talked about the same thing, and you got to get away from certain panels. And we just had a discussion about that. And Wacky said the same thing, and we just have to steer away from it because a lot of dudes it becomes redundant. And Brownsburg hit the nail on the head. And when it gets too redundant, and the game versus non-game, I try to tell them, nah, that's just helping the women win the argument. That's why you got a lot of these divestors in both super chats, and that's how it is. That young brother, yeah, he is fired, man. I agree, absolutely. Yeah, he's a good dude. I talked to him on the panel, and we had some good words. And we've always been cool. I've been on panels with him before. He's a great dude. Salute, perfect timing. We just talked you up, man. You can hop on and then the link is in the chat. And hold on. Let me pin the link. Let me pin the link if you get on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. He got to come on. He got to come on. Now he done came up.
Yeah.
We were just
I'm gonna
talking.
pin it. Yeah. Let's pin it. Yeah, I pinned the link in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, he's dope. He's dope, man. He's dope. Hold on. Yeah, he's dope. He's a great dude. We just came on the panel together, man. Yeah, I just want to discuss about the situation going on with Umar and KS and people making views on it, trying to get a buck off of it. It's funny though. They got away from the women and the weave thing. He was talking about it on his panel. And he said it's ridiculous on the art. He was on the panel with him. I said, yeah, man, it's great. But, oh, what's going on, man?
Peace, man. I had a Comcast outage, man. Right in the middle of my about to go in, man.
Yeah.
We was talking about the women in the space. I was simply just, I don't know what y'all was talking about, but to finish what I was saying, I was just saying I agree with you. I agree with you that what I said, and I don't know if my comment loaded, but I said some brothers trying to take shortcuts.
Yeah.
And I was pointing out the fact that a couple other popular YouTubers had issues with this, and they changed their whole platform. A lot of the popular haters or detractors in the space, they used to be on panels with these women. And then I remember one of the popular YouTubers got burnt. He used to have female moderators and everything. And then he went, and this guy don't talk to BGS no more. And then all of a sudden he said, you know what? No more women moderator. But this is why I always said from the beginning, what I've said about this is Roger has helped me a lot. So I have my own issues with black women, right? But thanks to Roger, I realized that I had to deal with my own trauma. You know what I'm saying? Not bring my hurt into my show. But my thing about the women in the space is we all need that. What I've said is we got a lot of work to do as men before we can bring them into the space. And that's apparently obvious by what's going on. That's super obvious by what's going on because we're not ready. We're not ready with our mental, with our spiritual. We still in a lot of bondage emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So when the women come into space, I noticed it too. Like guys just want to like prove that they're masculine or prove that they're alpha and dominant. They want to cut the woman off and immediately, even if she's wrong, it's like it's not done correctly. It's because we're not ready. And we think that when a woman come into space, we got to automatically show dominance, and that means I'm a man. And it's not about that, bro. It's like a lot of times, just they looking for something when they come here. And what I found, like on Brownsburg, we had a female who was being mean, beating up men, and I asked her to go deeper, and she ended up talking about her father passing away. And like we said earlier, she came up there, bro, because she heard the deep voice. She heard the rough voice. And in the beginning, she was being toxic because she wanted a certain negative reaction. When I didn't give it to her, and I said, you know what? It sounds like you got something deeper going on because you keep bringing up this with black men, but you came up here. She started crying on Brownsburg panel. And she started saying, my father died. And I just came up here because, you know, it kind of reminded me of my dad. But if I would have did the typical Manosphere MO and just ate her up on her points to get points and score, you know, then she wouldn't have been able to open up, and she would have kept her same, you know, pretenses about black men. And that's all we doing is reinforcing stereotypes. These women are out to subvert. True, they are, like Jessica. I'm not gonna say her name, but JX. I was watching. She was getting like $1,000 in the super chat per hour. Like it's crazy. Like, so if anybody is not intelligent enough, I'm 45, so I can see shit. Like I'm an old guy, so I see this stuff. It's obvious what these people are doing who are not ADOS, didn't grow up like my grandma, didn't deal with my grandmother's struggle, didn't deal with my mother's struggle, don't know what the term the baby mama is. Because when we use it, we coming from a hurtful place, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing about teenage pregnancy and growing up in the inner city as a woman. And just because I got my issues with black women, don't mean I could let someone who's not ADOS come in and use the term baby mom, because you don't know what that term means. You don't know what it's like to be Fantasia and be living 14 on your own and make your way out of that place and raise a black boy who 12 years old and 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't easy for my mama. So like these things is very sensitive for us. So I just, you know, it's not time yet. We got a lot of work to do on the men. This space, what we do on the panels, what you doing, what she be doing, we elevating men financially, spiritually, mentally. And once that's done and we can build a healthy brotherhood amongst ourselves, then we could bring the women in. But I like what Nameless said, that what we need to do is develop this in group. We need to work on our in group, work on our coding, and that in group will affect the out group of men. And then that power circle will then make the women change. But we can't deal with them right now. We can't think we can affect them right now. We got to get us together.
Right. And that's the key, man. Every time I be on these streams and panels, like I started off Skywatch and replays in 2019. I've been in the space long and hard. It comes and goes, the thing. But yes, the brotherhood has to be official, and we have to be special, but we have to be established. But basically, you want the what's best for you, and what we try to do is stay on message, like what the 1.0 days was. But see, 2.0, they stayed online. They're supposed to do what we supposed to do back in Wacky's day, in my day, like helping brothers and try to elevate instead of complain about females all the time. You know, that wasn't our message.
Right.
That's validation, female validation. We just discussed this yesterday, last night's stream with Wacky, and he said that's the problem with 2.0, and that's why you're seeing all the problems now. See, 3.0, they try to do that tech thing, but Kuda said it's boring because you're not showing the actual tech. You know, the millennials and zillennials want to see the tech. They don't want you to talk about it. And that's the problem that set them back. You know what I mean? And they divide over the vagina as well. So you got to be careful who you listen to, but make sure you stay on your purpose and help others. And then Roger's a good source of our news, you know, daily, every morning. It's just like Mace Taggart with the sports. He's the same way. He does both. And those are the two channels that I look at in the morning. So, you
Gold
know.
P too. I check out Gold Professor in the morning.
Yeah,
He'll wake me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gold Professor is vegan.
Yeah, he comes down. That 9 laws of self-govern, you know, it plays a key part in what you want to do with your life. You know, the first rule of thumb, rule number 1 is discipline. And everybody got to have discipline, no matter what you're doing in a relationship. If you're by yourself, if you're working, if you're trying to, you know, obtain some type of goal, you're trying to create wealth. It's all about discipline. And then you go to what is it? My favorite is rule number 3: apply selfishness, because you got to think about yourself. See, a lot of people going into relationships, you will sit here and please other people without pleasing yourself.
Come on.
You know, and the biggest aspect, which he always push on, if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you take care of others? And that's going into rule number 2, which is protection. You know, and it falls in line as keys. You know, even going all the way up to law number 9. You know, plant these seeds and watch them grow. I always say watch them grow. He always say watch them progress, because my thing is you plant the seed, you watch it grow. You know, whether it be you like me with my life insurance. I'm paying life insurance now for the end result. I'm not paying life insurance just
for you.
you know
It's not for you. It's not for you.
Yeah, I mean, even I can get a piece of it, because with whole life that people don't understand, like I keep telling people, with the whole life policy I got, within 10, 15 years, let's say banks are not loaning, Corona is still up and down. Let's say Corona's gone, it's another virus comes out. I can go into my life insurance and take out a loan for myself, because why? I built up. I built up the equity in it. It's just like a house. You're building up equity in it. You know, I can go get a loan out to take care of what I need done. If the bank say, well, you know, you're high risk right now, you have a credit score of 600, and credit right now is up to 1,000, because we all know back in the day, what was the credit score height? Was what, 6, maybe 5?
You need 8.
Now it's what, 8?
Yeah, you need 8.
Yeah.
I
So
remember 7. I remember 727 was good. Like, oh,
the perfect credit score. Now it's like 7, man. You can go get a piece of candy bar. That it's like now it's like inflation. You know, it goes up. I remember back in the day when one of my family members passed, to cremate them was like $700. My grandmother just passed not too long ago. The cremate was $1,200. I'm
wow.
like, it's getting more and more throughout the years. So with
Brownsburg.
that life insurance, that's why I take. It's not
Come,
even
come up,
just.
come up, bird.
Yeah, it's not even with the life insurance, man. Just to kind of put in the reference that, you know, you're leaving something for your family. It's for yourself too, because if you don't use the life insurance, it's all for them. But if you do use it by being a whole policy, even with term policy, I always tell people, when you get older, it's best to get term policy, because you're not paying a lot into it. You know, it's gonna be a large amount for the most, but you're not paying a lot into it. You know, so you got a 20-year term policy at 40. It pushes you to 60 if you die. If you know you're not taking care of, you know, your health, they know your health, so they giving it to you on a whim, because most term life, they don't even require physicals. Whole life requires physicals, all that, because you know They don't want to give you the policy, and 2 years later you die, and then they paying out $100,000 on a 2-year policy, which you only paid, $1,500 into it. That's no money for them. You know. So I mean, my biggest thing is self-preservation for a lot of people. Kind of get into it where you focusing on the next generation as well as yourself. Because my thing is, even if you're not married, I keep promoting the guys. If you're not married, you don't have a relationship, life still goes on. You're going to have to cook and clean for yourself if you don't have a woman. The guys, man, I just eat out, man. I go eat out at Burger King, or I go eat
Not
out at
healthy.
this.
Not healthy.
Yeah, you just digging a ditch. All they doing is giving you a shovel, and they're telling you, hey, why go ahead and get a what they call those things? Why go get a bulldozer or a
Yeah, I
backhoe
like
or
that
excavator?
analogy.
Yeah, we'll do it for.
I'm not one of those non-marriage dudes. I know some people in the space think, they got the guys who think you ain't never supposed to get married. I'm not, I got a family situation, and I'm going through some shit right now, but I'm not a non-marriage guy. I believe in marriage. I believe in God. I believe the man is the Godhead, and I believe that's the answer for us. So I'm not one of those non-marriage guys. I'm not one of these pump and dump guys. I'm not a pimp guy. You're not gonna find me on the pimp panel. I'm not a PUA guy. You're not gonna find me promoting that stuff. So yeah, man, I think it's a lot, and that's one of the things. Back to the point of the manosphere, like I'm at the 20-year-olds. I could imagine we so fractured and splintered. When she was talking, I was thinking about the benefit of brotherhood, man, the power of brotherhood, man. How with me dealing with my bullshit right now, how comforting it is to have you brothers. I was about to do something online and I seen you brothers. It felt good to have you guys talk me up and come up, man. It felt good. It felt spiritual, you know. So it's like that brotherhood is important. We don't really have that in life. In reality, we see a black man, we put our wallet up, we put our bitch up, we put our car up. We hide shit from any black man we meet at first, and with reason, right? But it's like this is prohibiting us from being our best selves. You know what I'm saying? We shooting ourselves in the foot because of that. And we don't talk about that enough. We could beat up on women all day, but I think we'd be better served with building this brotherhood and being able to lean on each other and learn from each other and being okay with being a beta. Like the officer said that to Irv, like when you learn you was beta, like you got to be a good pupil to be a good teacher. We get caught up in the alpha beta term, the pimp simp term.
Yeah. You talking about Officer Charles? Yeah, he's great, man. Like
Awesome.
yeah, I'm a mod over there too, like from last year, and he had some good stuff. Like he did one with the situation with Umar and the Chauvin case, and he challenged your boy Mr. Fitnall 824, man. It's just so funny. And he got in it with people in Ramil's chat, but that's all they talk about. Yeah, but he didn't popularize the term pumping though. That came from old YouTube from 1.0. What's his name? Randy Sokal. That was his term. That was a LA term, but it got popularized by Ramil's. He was a fan of that dude's talking point phrase, just like Sergeant Willie Pete with certain things with the Black woman's books, with the Pookie and Ray Rays of the boomer generation, what they call those young kids growing up that dealt with drugs. And there's a difference between the two. Pookie's the one that's so dope, and Ray Ray's the one doing time in life, the bully,
Wow.
And
Okay.
yeah. And
Didn't
I
know
have a cousin that was nicknamed that thanks to my mom. I don't know why. I shook my head every time. I said, why you name him that? We know his name is Montez, but he died recently, 2 years ago with the stuff. He always had a bad leg problem, bone problem, but the drugs done took him out and they found him, dead. And, he had like 5 kids. He lived to be 41 though, this particular Pookie though. That's the Pookie that I grew up with. And he was the one who told me, man, stay away from that street shit, man. They ain't for you, man. It'll take your life. It's like a short inch. He lived to be in his 40s. Most people in my generation, and most of my generation is like 18 to 25, 30. If you wouldn't make, he beat all that. The only thing he did was his greed, man. The drugs. Oh yeah.
I'm right there with you. These 40-year-old cats I grew up with, it's so depressing. They checking out. The ones who ain't bit the bullet, they choosing to check out. Like at 40, man.
Mm-hmm.
In their early 40s, I lost my cousin, the guy who taught me everything. Check just, it's like, man, I could imagine though, because these guys been in pain since, very, very young, mothers on crack very, very young. My mother had substance abuse issues, but she kept the lights on and she didn't sell her body for drugs. I had cousins and brothers and friends who mama actually sold, I sold dope to, who mama sold their body for drugs. So that's some fractured, splintered psyche trauma that's going on there. And these people had kids. Like it's some real stuff we got to work through. It's some real stuff. And the products that we created in the 90s is real sad, man. These, like I said, these women is whore ninjas, and our sons is just these like delicate
Yeah.
these delicate flowers, man. They so not prepared for them, man. They so not prepared for the whole ninja, man. They want to get, every time I hear them, you hear it in their voice, they want to get married. They think they're going to be married forever. That's really was the catalyst for me starting my podcast, because I kept hearing young brothers who were growing up like I did in the church. They 19, they 20, graduated college, and they like, I'm going to get married. They sound so ambitious and excited. And they like, I'm gonna get married, and I'm like, man, are you asking that woman if she believes in divorce? Does her mother have ever been divorced? Because it sounds like you about to make the same mistake as me and end up brokenhearted like Dennis, man. Like these guys, just like all of them, that's why they say we the best fathers. That's why other races want us, because our young men, we want to get married. We want to be the father. I wasn't, my dad wasn't a father. I want to get married, raise my son. And it's so sad they don't know what. Just sad, man.
Yeah. And that's like that in my family. But his mom was like a gambler. I mean, yeah, she did drugs on the side. She didn't do the crack, but she was a gambler, hustling. And that's where he learned it from. The streets really raised him and his brother. I was cool with them, but they steered me away from gang life. That puts weight on you. And the gangs where I come from in Tennessee, it was drugs. The guns was like later. The gunplay was later. We learned to fist fight growing up. So I was born in the late 80s. See, I'm 33 right now. I grew up in that culture that fists came first in a conservative state like that. We fought racists. We fought everybody. That's how we grew up. And, you had to be tough in that state, especially in the South, and moving to Georgia, that's a big leap from a conservative state to a liberal state, because you had a lot of liberals hijack Georgia. I'm sorry. They lost their conservatism after the 90s. You know what I mean? It just done went down. Yeah, you got too many people from Jersey, New York, and California trying to take all these homes out here, even the outskirts of Fulton County. And I was looking at that. I'm like, why are they here? But that just shows you what time it is, man. People don't understand the world's changing, and it's worldwide. This ain't nothing new. So,
Y'all missed that. Atlanta cats used to fight. Down south, cats used to fight. It's different now. Like, I ain't been down in a minute, but you hear the stories like everybody getting robbed, even in the nice areas. But when I went out there in the night, cats would fight. They would knuckle up.
Now, man, it's gunplay.
Yeah, it's like out here. It's like California now. It's like ain't no fighting. You saw what happened to King. That's a you fight. Everybody gonna pull out their gun. It's like that's how I've been out here for a while, But I remember back then, people with girls too, like the song "Knuckle."
Same here. Yeah,
that was the thing, and like it would be a rumble, and then you be friends, and you have a drink later. Like we lost that. You know what I'm saying? We lost. This thing is so weird. I guess I was raising kids when it happened, but this thing when they call it scoring, it's like when we was in the streets. It was like it was serious when things went down. We would never refer to it as a scoreboard or scoring. We understood that people, people feelings was involved, and these were human beings. It's like something happened with the video games that it's a dehumanized thing that's going on. And when they calling them ops, and I don't know if anyone's reading between the lines, but they're not treating each other as human beings. You know what I'm saying? When they're using this terminology and the way they acting, like that's how they could do it so easily and not feel anything, because it's not a person, it's an op.
Yeah,
like in the video game, right?
Yeah, the reason they use that, like he can be a cop or police. That's just like saying snitch. You know, if you're in that lifestyle, what gets me so angry about my generation, we coined that phrase, and Zillennials coined it so hard because they already lost. Like Alpha's finished. Like they listen to Zillennial doctrine and my generation doctrine, that boomer mindset. I still blame some of them for the problems, and other older generations, like they didn't give us a foundation, but that's how this country's designed. If you live in the West, it's hard, man, to go back to the old ways. You know, you can't live back in 12th century, 10th century shit. You can't live back when the Templars used to
No,
rule. You can't
no.
live like that. You can't live like that. This is 21st century. You got to adjust or adapt. You can't, yeah, it's a wrap, yo. Yeah, it is. It is Brownsburg. But yeah, man, like I try to tell people in this space, it's the same shit, man. It's the
It's
same
just
shit,
a
man.
rap.
Yeah. Yeah. We just talked about it on his panel, like, yeah, you know, and
Yeah,
it's
man.
normal, it's normalized. But video games, that's just a small thing, but the movies is a lot worse. Don't get me started. That's entertainment. But they're actually exposing how sorry the people in the characters, and they have messages in them. If you're not paying attention what's going on, that's what they do. Even the people up top that rule the planet, you know, that's how they operate. It's like the Matrix. You have to look at it from those
Yes.
three pill aspects, like BGS said. The blue pill is basically society. You know, that's how they think of you. When I was in the workplace, I understand how the world was blue pill. See, I was red pill on the internet and before the internet. You know, I didn't come red pill till I lost my grandmother like at 15.
Mm.
That's why I was been this dude since YouTube since then. But the black pill stuff, I developed that in the workplace, how people treated me and how they was nice or what, if not, you know, I saw the nihilistic side of it. I said, oh my God, that's how they think of you. That's how they treat you, you know, hand gestures, all that, even as a server in a coffee lounge in the dealership, you know, working at the organization and a corporation, how corrupt they were. And I'm like, man, let me get away from this. And then when I started
Ain't
listening to
that
BTS Black,
something? Ain't
yeah,
that something? How
yeah.
to from the top to the bottom, how they be on code.
Yeah. And I was looking at BGS's videos, the Black Pill videos. He explained like the realities of the two. And then I saw a whole series of it. He did one with the BDS student, what's her name? Neon Eyes. And he told her to calm down, you know, get some rest. I've seen all of it. And then the last one, the Owlman and Batman, same with entertainment and video games, right? They all have messages, Black Pill messages in those games like Assassin's Creed. And they tell you the two sides, like I produce on this channel, like the nihilism versus the utilitarian arguments. You know, I was trying to bring it up based off his videos, and some people use those terms loosely, don't know what it means. One means the maximum of the greatest number of happiness, of pleasure, and the other one is the change of destruction. And he broke it down simple. Batman was the utilitarian side, Black Pill, and the other side is Owlman, the nihilist, like Joker. You know, they just destruct. They have a cause. That video just inspired me to just make them since this year. And I was so focused on it, and I'm like, let me do a topic on this.
You just helped me a lot, man. I need to put that link in. I want to watch. You just helped me a lot, man, because I find myself between both of those, man. You just helped me a lot.
Yeah. I just look at it for what it is, man. Like you try not to worry. And you know, I got topics on it. I got the pros and cons of it. You can look at, you know, you can look at the recent live streams with I think I did one with Epicureanism. I mean, you can look at this whole channel, you know. I got topics for days.
Because
And
doesn't Batman become Joker at times? If we
yeah, in a way, but he's
he does like because
in a
that's the whole
way.
point of the Joker is to bring back to let Batman know, hey, me and you are not that different.
Yeah.
So that's why you helped me a lot with that, because I need to be more Batman and less Joker to accomplish, because I'm about accomplishing the task, but it's so hard when you it's the emotional bondage again, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's dope, man. Yeah, man, he be dropping some shit, man. You too. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. But basically, he was explaining the utilitarian side of it, and he broke it down about the two. Basically, I just want to say, like, look, the way he explained it, and I did my own research on it. Yeah, there's pros and cons to utilitarianism, and I think I got one. What the link? Hold on. Yeah, I got a channel. Like, hold on, let me see if I can do this. Okay, ooh, it ain't gonna let me do. Hold on.
Rosberg said, "Good morals are out the freaking window. Conform or get excommunicated."
Yeah.
So you could eat, but not at my table, huh, Brownsburg?
Let me see if I can work this out. Okay. Let's do the link. Let's do this.
That's a hell of a name, man. I'll be jealous, man. Like, what made you come with Brownsburg? Like, you know what I mean? It make you want to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. I love it, man. The way we growing, man. It just says like because sometimes, yeah, you could. That's an excellent conversation because it can become a nihilist. But it's like when you meet these guys, he's 28, man. It's like, come on, man. It's like if you don't see the God in that and the blessing in that, like the hope in that, like, so I that's what give me a charge. They're young cats like that, man.
Yeah. I don't do it.
You too. You fucking 33. You young too.
Yeah. I just turned 33 Sunday, you know, but I've always had this knowledge. Yeah.
Baby, you a baby. I was trying to explain to my young wife, like, you know how when you 20 and then you get that 25, like you in that, you 30, you should, you know what I mean, like 32, like you still in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel you leaving your 20s until you get that 26. Cause once you in there 23, 24, you still bouncing around, you still feeling your, but it's certain numbers. Like right now, you still young, like 32, 33. I'm so close to 20. When you hit 35 and 36, you start like, oh fuck. You want to like, nigga, I'm closer to 40. Like I ain't no near
My
60.
reflexes ain't what it used to be in 20s. I'm glad I'm 33 and I'm in good shape, but you know, at 35, I'll probably be in good shape again because I didn't do no hard drugs. That's the difference.
Oh no, you're gonna be in good shape. It ain't even like physically. I'm just like, it's a mental,
it's a mental.
Yeah.
I stay reading. That's what you have to do. Drink a lot of water. You be good, man. Like it's time consuming, but you got to have patience. You have to be one of those dudes, man. Like you have to in the space. You can't talk about circular stuff. That'll drive you crazy, man. I've learned that years ago when the 1.0 started. You know, you have to be on point and you have to be challenged too. That's the whole thing I liked about it, you know, and it taught me a very great deal how the world worked. So yeah, man. Like I that's why I try to learn about his videos, man. Like, you know, some people in the panels, they just don't get it. Like he's trying to give you information.
That's deep. That's
you have to put it there, you know. Yeah, I just put a link to that video you can check out. It's in the chat. But yeah, you know, that's what I mainly talk about. But normally I got a lot of content. You can just look at the channel, you know, and that's what my latest, and you just look at those videos, and I have a few live streams on it. You know, I'm testing it out how my sound is, and then I've been listening to Kuda, like, you know, just make your content, man, because all this beef and stuff, that ain't gonna work.
Right.
You know, I got it into your boy, man, tomorrow, you know, he just sounds like a typical guy that be too solution oriented. I get where he's coming from, but 9 out of 10 people don't really care. I mean, the stuff you talk about, the progressive politics, like that ain't our thing. Everybody's divided on that. You know, they ain't no pick a side moment. I've seen that many times. People fall out, and then you wonder why Fantastic putting a battery in your back. How can you support a man that's anti black? But if you notice his content, he's got white followers like Tommy. You know what I mean? He's trying to be the next Tommy. That's what I see from him.
Shortcut.
We trolled him today on Ramils, and I called him Mr. Fentanyl because he believed fentanyl killed George Floyd. That's out of his own mouth. And we said it didn't happen. He died from his neck. So Big Truck and MOT defended George Floyd, but everybody else like him didn't. You know, that's where the divide comes. See, when politics get into it, brothers get divided. You know, it's good to learn about it, but domestic politics, man, it's just a joke. You know, from the
trying to
top.
be shock jocks. They're trying to be shock jocks. It's not genuine. It's not genuine. And they think they can have these opinions to troll and to jar people to get them to because they've seen other black people use this same trope.
Yeah.
Like the Candace Owens and things like that to get followers and things like that. Or who's the other dude, the preacher?
Brandon Tatum. Yeah.
They use this stuff, man. Like it's I don't know, man. I don't know the thing. What's the thing with MOT? I don't listen to him. I know I listen to Kuda. I learn from Kuda. He seemed like Bronsberg, like a good brother. So when Kuda, he's such a good dude that I never even got to. And I think people got to be careful, like you said about circular stuff. You got to be careful who you offend because I'm new to this space. I never heard of MOT, so when he gets into it with the Kuda, who they did nothing but help people for free, teach people for free. Like I just never went to your channel. I'm never gonna go to your channel because you offended a good brother. Like so, I don't know what it. I can't speak on him because I've never listened to his content. I know Angry Man had issues with him, and I'm like, I don't know what the issue is. I just know Kuda.
I think the issue where there's a bill called the Mississippi Mud Flap, I mean, that's political. A lot of it is from the trolling that he did, and I think Angerman was upset. They was cool at one time with Kuda. There's old videos of him and Zero. All of them were cool. But when politics and conservatism gets in the way, brothers kind of shifted. You know what I mean? I
What's the
try
mud
to
flap?
stay out
What's
of
the
it.
mud flap?
I try to stay out of it. And
What's
then
the mud flap? Tell me about the mud flap.
Yo. Well, what's up, everybody? I
yeah,
don't want
what's
to
wrong
interrupt,
with it?
but
Yeah.
perfect timing. I could tell perfect timing the history of why DJ Kuda and MOT don't get along anymore because really the main reason why is because over the whole game issue,
Yeah.
game versus non-game. And what happened is that
really
Kuda,
That's
hold
part
on
of
a
it.
minute, is that what put the nail in the coffin between Kuda and MOT was the fact that you got this young guy named Hammer. If you guys know this young content creator named Hammer, who's like 18,
Right.
19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When he first came into this space, he was going on DJ Kuda's platform and he was asking he was asking DJ Kuda's advice on how to get females because according to his own admission, he's a virgin and whatever, right? And DJ Kuda was just giving him bad advice, dumbass advice that would ultimately, if Hammer was dumb enough to buy into that advice, would ruin his life. And MOT didn't like that.
Was he doing it on purpose? Well, I don't get it. Why would he do that?
I don't know, but DJ Kuda was giving some some terrible advice, telling Hammer to get a quote unquote starter bitch. What type of shit is that?
He was trying to throw him off because Hammer likes to pick up weird topics, and he was not a game guy like he was. And I think he did it on purpose because he knew that him and MOT didn't get along. It's deeper than that. They was cool until that game stuff came up because of Angry Man.
Hold on, what you mean they trying to throw him off?
He was trying to throw Hammer off. Hammer wasn't legit what he was saying. He likes to troll and start shit with the divestment, and what he was trying to do, he could have realized what he was doing, and then they both got upset, and then MOT got upset with him too, rightfully so. But what it was Angry Man deep down because he defended Angry Man. That's what it really happened, boils down to. And I don't mess with Angry Man. I've been on panels with him, and I'm like, dude, I'm out of it. You know, I don't talk about MOT all you want to, but I don't really care. You know,
I don't think it was that. Because at that
I mean, it was that too. What you're saying?
I don't think it was that, sir. Because at that time, when Kuda was cool with Angry Man, Angry Man was cool with MOT.
Yeah, they were all cool. That's what I was just saying. You know,
the issue that listen, MOT and Angry Man's issue was it's just recent, like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah,
this what we talking about with DJ Kuda and MOT that happened last year, back in 2020. You know. Yeah. It was really I don't think Kuda was trying to throw Hammer off. I think Kuda was really literally was giving him bad advice, and in Kuda's mind, Kuda believed that that's good advice. Talking about get yourself a starter, bitch.
Yeah.
Nah, man. And I had to go on Kuda's panel and let Kuda know that that was some dumbass advice that he was giving to him.
Yeah, I seen an old videos on his panel. Yeah, I missed that. I have to check that
Yeah,
out. Yeah, I had to check that out. Yeah,
yeah, it was
Wow.
over that. Yeah,
yeah,
and then and then from then on, it just got bigger and bigger.
That's why we need to work on this brotherhood, because if it's a legitimate thing where it's a steel sharp and steel, if we better brothers and we don't have these insecurities, then we can learn from each other. We could take the criticism, take the L, and move on. Because that sounds like a case where, you know, everybody could just take the L and just move forward. We help out the youngster and give them the right advice, and maybe give the other brother the correct advice also. We help two people. You know what I mean? Like, my man, that perfect world, that's what it would have, how it would have and should have went, man. But that's so trivial.
yeah. And that's, I think he tried to explain that, but you know, yeah, they was cool at once upon a time, him and Zero, and they trying to say they was gonna replace the game. Because I don't think so. I think people have different viewpoints how they look at game. To me, I don't take it seriously because that stuff will go away. I've seen it happen in 1.0 days with Doug Tishon and them dudes, and you know they had some knowledge. But the problem with Tariq Nasheed's game talk and these dating coaches, it's really outdated. It's really done. Like Platinum, for example, he's living in the past, man. It's like a relic. You know, it's entertainment, but it's, you can laugh at his stuff what he's talking about. It's a relic of the past. You know, it's like finessing. I feel that Brownsburg finessing is so easy to get, but when you pay for it, it can be dangerous. So it's nothing wrong. If you pay for it, I'm not going to judge it. It's just like Kuda said, we don't judge it. We just want you to know, we told Browns about illegal prostitution. You can go to jail real easily now because of feminism, you know, or who's in the office. You know, they can, if you do something wrong, you up out of there. But here's the thing: what B just said, if they try to legalize the women, if you have to force them to marry a prostitute, you know, or any of them, you know, that's even worse. I hope that doesn't happen. You know, I just heard some rumors in politics and certain panels. They say that, to me, I said that on the panel, I don't think that's going to happen. You know, if you want to talk about futuristic stuff, you know, that's possible. You know, you don't know how long this country got up their sleep. You just never know. You know, the OF, they always talk about the OF all the time, women on OF. Yeah, that can go out of business. Think about it. You know, the government's just desperate just to get these women married or some reason. I'm like, oh, Lord, no. You can imagine a man should be tripping about that? Man. But yeah, I just want to talk about the Umar and KS situation, man. I told that to Bronsberg that it's kind of silly when we stuck on this topic. And Umar, I already know he's a con dude when it comes to schools and stuff. Like, it's just crazy. He's coming after him, and he's got 41,000. This dude's almost got like a million. He's like 815 subscribers. I just posted up in the earlier stream. So yeah, what y'all think about the difference between the two? Like, do you think one of them's gonna make a point, or there's just guys are in the way?
I don't know, man. I like Umar, man. I be trying to defend Umar for years, man. I always like, the thing about Umar Johnson is I felt like, but Umar, like, I don't know, man, it'd be so hard to this is what I love about Umar Johnson, and I feel like it was a reason why he was attacked. It was a reason why he was attacked so early, and that attack has been kept up. It's like I think people pay people to keep attacking him, like no one didn't, they wasn't right about his credentials. He did everything he said he did. But what I love about him is he brought something to the forefront that nobody was talking. I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest. I think the only reason he's alive is because they were able to discredit him in such a way that now he's become a tool for the opposition. But what he did by educating, because a lot of men are not in the home, right? And even though he's a proponent for black women, but he educated, from my perspective, he educated black men on what was happening with their boys at school. Because we so caught up, if you fighting for custody, or if you just visiting on the weekend, or if you at work, 16 hours a day. You might not know. You entrust that to the woman, or you're not able to be at the school as much as possible. So for generations, we was having this problem where these gangs were getting larger, and they were changing the classifications and definitions for certain mental illnesses, and they went from ADD to ADHD, and they wanted to give kids liquid crack, and they had a thing called the IEP, and he educated black families and black women and black fathers on how these schools were making money on putting black boys in special ed, and how the kid was worth double. And me being the mentor to black boys, like, I had experienced this working with the school, but I didn't know the money behind why these kids was getting so many slips from this white teacher every morning. I would go in, I would meet with the teacher and try to get a better relationship built. But I didn't understand it was dollars and cents until Umar Johnson came along and explained that it was actually money behind why our boys were being pushed out of the classroom and being diagnosed with these different diagnoses. So me actually being in the schools, being on committees, understanding what the IEP was, when he got attacked, I was like, this is too soon. Like, whatever he made, whatever y'all might be mad about, like, we still don't understand what he was trying to educate us on. We still not rectifying and fixing the problem with the IEP, with the special education, with the ADD, the ADHD, the no daddy syndrome. Like, all of that stuff was able to be neutralized with the attack on him and saying he's a hustler and all this stuff. Like, he's really a doctor, he's really a PhD, he's really a principal, like, and these things that are really happening to black boys. And this was a focus on black boys. I know a lot of women may fall into it, but he really was specifically focused on black boys. The school was for black boys. So I always like, had a lot of admiration for him for bringing that to the forefront. And I've always wanted that to get the proper light that I felt like it never got, and completely disseminated amongst the community, and have an understanding of how we interact with these schools and how we let them classify our male children. And the thing with the school and the money, I always felt like that was unfair. I felt like that was unique to us because of how our relationship is to money. We talked about that the other day, because to me, it never was a lot of money. It never was a type, which is why he's never been incarcerated and never been charged. The people who always say he hustled and everything, like, it's like the King Kong syndrome that they do to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. It's like, it's either one or the other. Either he's a crook, and if he's a crook, he would be in prison, or not. And if not, then let's address these real issues that a doctor and a PhD brought up about black boys that are actually relevant. Because if he was stealing money, he would be in jail. He would be in prison. And everybody on the internet, the way Black Men Act, would be singing a goddamn jig. Ooh, Umar went to jail. I told you he was a scammer, because that's what we like to do. But if he was that, after 10 we forget, we act like this happened 6 months ago. After 10 years, he would be in prison, and it ain't a lot of money. You can't even buy a house for the money that they talking about. Was it 200,000? Was it 2 million? Either way, you can't even buy a home for it in San Francisco, in LA, in Dallas, in New York. You can't even buy a home for it. So I that's how I felt about Umar for a long time, but I don't know about the like I said earlier, I'm not really familiar with the beef between them two, but I just wanted to share that, my 2 cents about Umar.
Okay. Yeah. What's going on, G's? I'm gonna let you speak. You got anything for the topic?
Yeah, what's going on, sir? What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, I mean, Umar, he said a lot of good things. He woke up a lot of people. He made the conscious stuff more mainstream and woke up a lot of people to look up their history and everything too.
I left that out. I just focused on the mental health.
Yeah. He did a lot of good things for the I would say community, but I know he ain't perfect. But that school is kind of suspect if he ain't built it in years. And they try to say he built another one. It was on Platinum Lease Channel. He was he threw it out there, and there was two guys defending him. But that KS Defense Force guy, he was trolling him. He was trolling him hard. And I think it was Mario, and he got upset. He said, "Yeah." He said the same thing you said. Perfect timing. He said, "Why are we worrying about this? All of it, both of them." And I kind of agree with him a little bit, but it's deeper than that. I think people just like the fun stuff right now because it's a hot topic. Because they're not talking about weaves and things like that. You notice from Art the New Style and others talking about this stuff, and then revert to this. It's kind of. It's kind of getting clicks now,
It's like what you said, the Joker. People want the candy or just the fun. Like, I love that, man. That was real. I clicked that video so I could watch it later. But man, that was deep, man, when you said that, because that's what I'm hearing. Like, that's what we want right now. We in such a dire strait. We just want to party.
Right.
Right. We want the beef. We want to argue. And this even streams out here like be saying, forget the manosphere. Like people don't want that. Like, did you hear like Joe Budden said a thing when dude gets serious on Clubhouse, be like, you drying up the pussy right now. Like, that bothered me. Like, that's kind of what's happening. That shit is permeating over here. Like, people are saying that over here now. When you start talking about these real 1.0 type things, they acting like you drying up the pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the priority. We want people to be able to ask for phone numbers in the chat, and we want women to feel comfortable to come up here and drink alcohol and act vulgar. I'm like, this is not even the woman that we talking about. We've been preaching, and young boys are up here. How are you having this? This is not the woman, right?
Yeah. And that's what you see in these spaces. What I've learned is, like, when you get on panels with these brothers, man, like, some of them are really lost and destroyed, but every time I see on Roger's panels, like, it's the same old stuff. And that Maurice cat, he's a good dude, but dude, like, Black Guru try to tell him, look, your mom raised you instead of your dad, and, like, that's sad to hear that how he was raised like that, and he's trying to say his mom was stronger than the father. I'm like, oh man,
wow, that was deep. That was deep.
Yeah. And I was looking at that, I was like, wow, man, you think like that? I just listen to conversations and try not to laugh, but it's sad at the same time. Like, who raised this man?
It's real. It's real. That
wasn't didn't you had a live stream about you and Wise Newbie about who raised him, about the what you call it? He said something about the community and all that. Remember that live stream? I think he done went on mute. Yeah, and he had like a live stream about that, man. Like, hold on. Let me see for a minute. Okay, let me work something out here. Yeah, man, it's real stuff over here.
Would you mind breaking down the beef again? So it's KS and Umar, right?
Yeah, the twin. It's sort of a beef, but I think it's like it's just like he said something that's incorrect. What I didn't like, he said the whole manosphere is blue pills, or say yeah. And he's what it is. They feeling the pressure of the message from 2.0 guys and whoever. But you got to look at it as it's like a competition, But right. Umar can't really say nothing because he's been exposed by the schools. That's the only thing you can get on him. That's the only thing, really. Yeah.
Sound like the black woman is God. They're going to have to deal with it because they've been the ones with the ball. The black woman is God, been the one with the ball. And now you got KS coming up on 1 million subs, and that's confronting that ideology. He got it, so you can't just wipe we've been brushed aside because we haven't had anybody with that many subs. We've been brushed aside. This is a real thing that we've been dealing with, that we've been talking about. But now you have to deal with it. You've been able to get away with saying the black woman is God and getting all the subs, getting all the money, getting all the fame, and up here saying the sisters this and being single and not married. But now you got someone with real steam behind him and real logic and facts that you have to combat. And it don't sound like he's doing a good job of it, just saying blue pill and all this. No, you can't got some, you got to confront this stuff and talk about the women who are calling in. This is a real thing. Like, so yeah, it's competition, man, because now there's a different ideology out here, and it's not from some young pipsqueak. You know what I'm saying? It's a grown man in the suit, very intelligent professional man in the suit who doesn't have anything to gain by telling the truth or lying. So he's just saying, like, this is the status quo of the women, and they are calling in and they are proving me correct every day. So how could that's why I say I'll be on Umar's side. Well, how could you say that, man?
Yeah. I mean, some people are going to defend him, whatever. I know he's got women following, and then the Manosphere dudes is going to side with Kevin. But that trolling off of Platinum League with the Defense Force, that troll, man, oh my goodness. He trolled the shit out of Mario, and I shook my head. I'm like, Mario, get out of there, man. Like, I know you love Umar, but this dude was trolling with sound bites and everything. I'm like, it killed the whole conversation. I mean, the whole conversation was about Umar. You know, you got some defenders. This OG guy, he said he met Umar and things like that. Yeah, but you know, I hate that. It's just funny. That's worse than KS's followers. You know, male and female, and know how he got up into fame. So you know, it's kind of funny that everybody's talking about it as a hot topic. You know, you can look in the YouTube search of this madness, man. It's silly to me.
Wow. That guy is talented, man. It make you want to go work on your channel, man. And he changes up. The KS Defense Fund dude, he changes up. He has
I don't say this. Hold on. I might have to do a screen share. Umar versus KS. Let me do a screen share. Okay, let me share it real quick. Screen share. Let's see what this madness is talking about. I just typed in Umar, and there we go. See, Dirty in a Dozen. Y'all can look at it. Blue Pill Umar versus KS HMV High Value Men. See, these people, and I'm talking about it. But I just trying to have a discussion where y'all stand on these two, because they got two different, you know, they're similar, but they got two different views. One's with marriage, you know, promote marriage in the manosphere, and the other one's dealing with Black empowerment in a Hotep sense. He says a Pan-Africanist, a doctor. It's kind of funny. Kind of like the Jason Black thing, you know, with him and Kevin, you know, which is, you know, they coming at him. The more he gets big, the more rivals he's going to have.
So now Jason Black is mad at Kevin too?
Yeah, you know, the message and all that, you know, it's competition, you know. And I think Edward Anderson mentioned on Art of New Styles channel, and, you know, it ain't nothing new. I don't support Kevin like that, but I'm just saying, you know, the more he gets big, and I think me and Wacky discussed about Tommy getting big, that's when things became heated or whatever. So,
right.
You know, yeah.
Tommy been attacking Kevin too. Tommy,
yeah, you know, it's competition. They want to be that top dog. They say, damn, how does he do it? Well, he has the voice. Mainstream media likes guys like that. And he's tailor-made. He's the standard, what I hate to say masculine was. And Mario had a good point. They said they wouldn't allow this guy, Kevin. In. Well, you have to understand the times we live in. You're going to see a lot of effeminate men taking spots. That whole thing with the Kevin with the pictures of the high school as a cheerleader on the Mills panel, everybody was up in arms about, you know.
Is that true? Whoa.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, but he had it on a panel. I think he put it on Patreon or put it on private like he always do. But I'm just saying it was up in arms, and they had a discussion about this. And then as soon as Umar said something about it, that's how that got initiative started. Really, it's just kind of funny that they're talking about this now, you know.
Right.
They're going to talk about it all next week, probably. He may say something else. And I think Kevin responded to him already, but, you know, we'll see. You know, it's always something on YouTube.
That's the same thing that happened to Umar. Then the message gets lost.
Yeah.
And the message is the delusional grandeur that the BW has and their expectations.
Yeah.
And that's
just like Sarah Suit and SETI. Yeah, that's what happened to him and SETI.
Right. The message gets lost, and then you don't hear SETI no more. And we really need to deal with their expectations. When people got caught up on the high value term, I was so upset. I'm like, it's not about that. It's not about us. Get out of your insecurities. It's defining their expectations as being not realistic. They're unrealistic expectations. And if we get caught up in the beef, then that discussion goes away. And they want it to go away. You can see it on these panels where they dancing and talking about pimping and everything. They don't want to deal with that responsibility. And if you take away that high expectation that can't be met, only 10% of men are 6 feet tall. Only 1% of men make that kind of money. So you desiring this thing and espousing it, every chance somebody put a microphone in your face is an insult, and is just not. It's not a possibility. So we need to get some realistic things going on, and you need to fix yourself before you can meet anybody. So we got to drive that home. We can't lose that in the pissing contest.
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, man. I just when I look at that, it's just crazy, man. Like, I understand that people are so divided on the two, but to me, I don't really care for neither one. But at least Kevin is exposing certain things what females do with his tactics and the talking points from VGS, and Umar just saying the same old stuff I've heard almost decades ago. So it's really it's really the outdatedness of their side, the B1 or the hotel people, or the pro black conscious people, the so-called conscious community. They just haven't changed, man. Young Pharaoh, he was consistent. They took his channel down. He mentioned a certain group, and yeah, and he was saying too much, and
but you know what? He has started to wake up with the BW. Did you see a couple? I seen a couple streams. Yeah, I seen a couple streams. Like, hey, wait, what's going on with? You don't talk like that. But he was getting attacked. He had got taken down a couple of times, and he's like, I don't understand. I help y'all. I love y'all. Why y'all attacking me? But yeah, they took him down.
Yeah.
It's the masculine. It's like we talked about earlier. It's the vibration. As he got older and his voice changed, he was too masculine. You can't be like that. He too much like Tupac, too much like Nip. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody like that. They quiet anybody like that. That's male. You don't get to be on the stage being a masculine male. There's no lions. You're gonna sit you down.
Yeah.
But you got Jake Paul and them get the fight. How come Young Pharaoh, he's at 1 million? How come Young Pharaoh's not in a fight with somebody?
Well,
think about that.
Yeah, they don't mess with guys like that. He's too real for those guys. Those guys are fake. Jake Paul, Logan, they're fake. They're clout chasing white boys.
Exactly.
I seen them types on YouTube years ago. I remember before I even joined Black Sectors, when I first channeled, I was cool with what's his name, Noah Syfe and Whitewood Entertainment. They dealt with music, one dealt with comedy. I came from that sector. And then the black sector, I started listening to Sergeant Willie Pete and his rival, J Love 47, the bisexual guy. But he had 4 women in rotation, but he was chasing, the D. But here's a secret, though. Both of them did not like each other. They were from Philly, but the feminist argument, that's how it got so big, in the Manosphere. You had to challenge the opposition and wherever. And everybody had their own views of looking at 1.0. But if you watch their content, it was very classic what they was doing. But the women back then was flagging. They didn't even care. They were worse than Cynthia G. They were ruthless. I mean, I heard stories about that. And a lot of dudes didn't want to come back. But, some still are around, like Wacky down here. He's been around for years. And 2.0 forget about us because, we laid the foundation before there was an Angry Man and BGS and Obsidian. I nickname him the Oblivion sometimes. He can be a trip. And then O'Shea, the O'Slayer, man. He was new in 2016, man. I wasn't a fan of his, but I understand what he was trying to do with the Tommy thing and the green screen thing before there was actual, microphones. He was the first one that had one and didn't care and showed his face. And
right.
Like, I'm this guy.
Yo, what's good?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back, man.
Yeah. And we're just talking about KS and Umar. Yeah. Go ahead. You want to say something on the topic?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. I was a little busy. That's why
Oh,
I muted myself for a long time. I was a little busy, where I'm at. But because I saw you, so but how you was mentioning 1.0, I'm gonna tell you guys what destroyed 1.0
hmm
was the website called generationx.net being defunct because, like Sir who says, there was a time where a lot of the female content creators was flagging a lot of content creators for 1.0. So what happened was this content creator named Dretson, he decided to open up an alternative website, an alternative to YouTube, where us brothers could go over there and put our content on there without being worried about being flagged. A website that was created by us, for us, and to us, right? What happened is that Dredson, who opened up the website, he was paying for for the hosting and for all the other stuff out of pocket. So he was asking for donations, right? But nobody was able to give him donations because at that time, the only way that you could pay somebody online was through like a PayPal account. And he had a PayPal link where you could donate, but the PayPal link wasn't working. So therefore, no one could actually donate to the website to help him out financially to keep the website running. So he started paying out of he kept paying out of pocket, and then he ran out of money, so he closed down the site. Once that site closed down, a lot of the content creators for 1.0 who was making content over there did not come back to YouTube. So therefore, that was the fall of 1.0. It was not the flag wars that destroyed Manosphere 1.0. It was the fall of the website called GenerationX.net. That was the fall of Manosphere 1.0. That's all I wanted to say. But y'all got the floor.
yeah, you just heard it perfect time. And yeah, that website, there's things going on in that space, man. Like, people don't understand 1.0 was very vital. And all the talking points you heard from us, the anger bands that we created and BGS we created, they mimic us in a way. I hate to say it, they get the wrong information by certain individuals. They say they from 1.0, but they misinterpret what we was about. It's a little jealousy, what you're seeing now. And because we have a reputation, because we didn't play this, the panel game, the chat game, the wrench, that didn't exist. You had to come with your information, just like the
Yeah,
Sinetta days on the street, beefing with Hebrew Israelites. You had to bring some form of knowledge or scriptorial, facts or actually research history pictures like I did back in 2012. I was arguing with them with Elder Young One. We challenged those guys on the street. They said, "Show me a scripture that say that," and we was battling with scriptures. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
some people was battling with information in the spirit. Talk about men deserve rights or whatever. And then you had the feminists, of course. They had a disagreement. It was back and forth, but it ain't like it is now. Sanjee's new to me. Like, they
yeah.
said she was pro-black and all this other stuff.
See what it is with the Black Manosphere 2.0
Hmm.
is that they want to take credit for what 1.0 started.
Right.
Therefore, they want to try to rewrite history. See,
Exactly.
before I came back on here, because I took a hiatus from YouTube,
Same
before
here.
I came back on here, you had people like, especially guys like Obsidian and others, who trying to make up this concept that they created this space. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? So I had to come back and put a monkey wrench in that bullshit. Yeah. Because they did not create that space. I had to come back on here and tell people the correct information to tell people who really was responsible for creating this space. So what it is with 2.0, they want to take credit for what 1.0 did. So therefore, what they'll do, they try to rewrite history and try to make up lies about 1.0, saying 1.0 did this, 1.0, nah. And these motherfuckers was not there. You got BGS talking about what 1.0 did. And at the same time, he admitted that he was not even on YouTube at that time.
Mm-hmm.
He just came on YouTube in 2015. And when he first came in 2015, he was on the MGTOW sector. He was with the Caucasian MGTOW sector.
In
He was doing,
2012, yeah, back then, yeah,
yeah,
on that side,
yeah.
yeah, not
It's
no
like,
Manosphere
it's
stuff,
like,
yeah.
dude, he wasn't around, so he don't even know what happened, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
And
but
he said we got ran off the block. He made a bill, and I think Soul and Black respond, we didn't get run off the block. Y'all took the information and and ran with it by someone that wasn't a part 1.0. You know, that's that's what happens when you leave in hiatus and they say
uh,
we created this. Yeah.
listen. We decided to go to our own website. That's not being run off the block.
Mm-hmm.
We made that decision to just get up and leave. So nobody got ran out the block. How you gonna get ran out? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was
It,
good history. That was good history.
yeah. But that's what you have with, like in the space, and you got females that divest and say, they guys create. I try to correct them and play. No, you don't know the history. Go to Wacky's channel and learn something. I try to tell him, if you want to learn something, Skywatch, he's telling you the history. He told it on Sheila E's channel too. Try to tell that one dude, man. Like, I shook my head. I'm like, where they get this information from?
Which one do you talking about?
Celeste and them, these trolls, like, and I try to tell them, if you want to learn history by 1.0, go to the source. I try to tell them, I try not to argue with them. I'm like, God,
Yeah,
but that's the power though, what they have, you know what I mean? Them females got power, what they say.
it's not even power. It's just they just hard headed. That's
Yeah.
it. They just hard headed. It's nothing powerful about that. Some people just want to believe whatever they want to believe.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, when someone's hard headed like that and wanna believe in a lie, even though it was proved to be a lie, you just gotta let them be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to. I mean, damn. But yeah.
But Cynthia G, I remember when Cynthia G first came onto YouTube, and it was Dr. Boyce Watkins that put her on. I remember
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And all she was doing, this was 2015, 2014, 2015,
Somewhere
when
around
she
that.
came
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember.
And all she was doing was talking about white supremacy and all that.
Yeah.
But then she got her first account shut down. And then when she came back, she made a 360.
Shit. Yeah.
But the thing is, guess what? The Black Manosphere gave her that power.
Mm.
The Black Manosphere helped made her even more popular because around 2017, 2018, so many content creators in the Black Manosphere kept responding to her, kept making video responses to her. I'm like, dude, and I kept telling him, dude, you just making her more popular. Ignore her. You had Obsidian, who was constantly making video responses to her. BGS constantly making video responses to her. Angry Man. Uh, uh, O'Shea Duke Jackson constantly have her come on the Sunday Rumble. I'm like, you guys made her famous. Y'all could, yo, Cynthia G would not be as famous if the so-called Black Manosphere just totally ignore her ass.
Exactly.
And I
That's what
said
I
that.
tried to do. Yeah.
I said that shit like 3, 4 years ago.
Mm.
Nobody listened to me, kids. So it's all good.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, she's not even that relevant anymore. Like, the more you give her power, they have this one, what's her name? Annalisa China. I've been in her chat once and I found out who she supported. It was Sinji, it was Obvious and Taz, right? And come to find out she has feminist views and she tries to come this angle that she cares about the dudes, but in reality she's not. She's on their side and they've had this before, and I think Big J said something about it, and it failed. But now you're proving their points. They said we got the facts and sources. I'm like, okay, Okay, I know who you've been listening to. They've been listening to Sanji. She's powerful in the space because I blame the men for that. Then you got this individual from Montreal, from Canada, saying she's the next up. That's gonna be dangerous. Her and Diddy and all the other. I'm like, oh Lord. And the way these guys debate on A panels, awful, awful.
Yeah.
Breaks them down. And Annalise will be breaking them down. And I think Dwayne, the Dagler, was on my panel once. I said, yeah, I stay away from her. She's crazy. I ain't trying to get emotional with her. Nah. I had to prepare for my notes for that. When you debate somebody like that, you got to come prepared because they report numbers and stuff. Nah. I know what y'all going through. Yep. You have to with them.
Yeah.
Celeste and all them, they're easy. Jessica, they're a little easy. You can get them in a certain way. I was in a debate with her on Aegon with the law system here, and I said, "Girl, you have no idea what America's about. I mean, the laws in your country is a little different, but ours is like in between both. You wouldn't even last. I mean, these females will eat you alive. You think YouTube is bad? Come to the real world, girl, man. They will tear your little behind up, man." I mean, for
What
real.
was she talking about?
Yeah,
She was talking about some stuff like we disagree, and I think me and Aegon got on her about certain laws and marriage laws and all that. She tries to understand our culture. Like, girl, you have no idea. I'm talking about up close and see the actual problems, she wouldn't even last. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care how big you is on YouTube, but in the real world, they're gonna drown you. I met so many feminists in my lifetime, man. They ain't playing with you, especially that paperwork. Yeah. I said, get out of here with that. She ain't the best debater. She just know how to manipulate the talking points of KS. I understand her angle. But these other women people that don't like Annalisa and Sinji, they come with numbers, these simps with their numbers protecting them, and you have to go around it. See, you gotta do what Saint and Center did. You just gotta put the pressure on them. You can't get emotional. That's what he did with her. Yeah, you have to come at it like that. You can't come at her, emotional and aggressive. No, you got to stay calm and have good composure. That's how they can't stand that. I've noticed that. They'll try to kick you off the panel for that. Then I don't want to talk to you. But it's just like we're seeing that with Umar and KS. Women just eating it up, laughing in the background. Look at these niggas. Yeah.
It's easy to debate Cynthia G and destroy her.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah, same with Annalisa Chimon. They ain't got good talking points. You can break them down. You just gotta stay calm with them. They're easy. If you get emotional with them, you lose. I've noticed that. And those brothers debating them, I shook my head. Man, we still don't get it. Even Roger report on panels, there's certain females, they're not as good either. But when guys get emotional about certain topics like the children or the single mothers, like Perfect Timing described, that's normal. Talk about this Maurice guy, and others. It ain't nothing new. This is normal for them. It's like therapy group sessions. That's how 2.0 gets down. They focus on female validation. To me, I don't really care about their validation. It's irrelevant at this point. Yeah.
It was always irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always have been, and people just get upset about it. I said, dude, why are you worrying about it? That's why she trying to tell you, just put your bid in or not, They got 4 years. If they mess up with this 10 billion, we're gonna have a new politician real soon, because I don't think Biden's gonna do 8 years, because he'd be 80 something. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't see that. I don't see that. And they're not gonna let Kamala in there because she's a woman. She's dark skinned. They want somebody lily white, like Trump's daughter, for example. They're gonna pick somebody if they want a woman that bad. Yeah, a white woman that bad. She'll try to finesse the men, and they're studying these spaces. Don't be surprised. They're recording everything.
Isn't she running for something?
I don't think she's gonna run for anything, because she's a vice president right now. Because if she
no, Ivanka, like mayor in New
No, I don't think so. But if she ever decides and look at this presidency with Biden, that's a shot. You know what I mean? I don't think she's the only one. There's more white females out there running because see, they saw what Kamala did. They're trying to up one up on us. Yeah. The whole format of this Manosphere or this internet YouTube stuff, they're studying people's political views and these discussions. Think about it. Everything's recorded, right?
Yeah.
They need one sucker. They need one female, one male in the space to counterpart what we believe or whatever. You know, it's going to eventually happen. You hear it here first. It can be any other body that's top or bottom or mainstream Manosphere. It's possible, you know, because you don't know what they got on their sleeves because, you know, government is something else, man.
I see it, yes.
Yeah. But the KS and Umar thing, that's just to get money. Cloud. They're gonna talk about this weekend.
That's fodder. That's it. Yeah, for clicks. That's for clicks.
And then Mother's Day is this weekend. I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody gonna be doing the show, doing the talk.
Yeah.
Catering to them.
Yeah.
What's going on with them? I heard something about them, but I don't know the situation in full.
What, the KS and Umar?
Yeah.
Umar called the whole Manosphere beta males and called them blue pilled and all that stuff. And then the brothers in the Manosphere got upset. That goes from both sides, and they attacking Umar right now because, you know, they got to defend Kevin. But there's this troll named KS Defense Force who was on Platinum League. He erased Mario or somebody from on Platinum's panel. He was defending Umar Johnson. He kept trolling with sounds and everything. There's this troll named Kevin Defense Force. Kevin.
I know who he really is. I know who he really is.
Oh, you know who he is? They try to figure that out on Platinum Elite. Yeah.
He got the picture, right? And he got the voice modulator.
Mm-hmm.
And the picture of Kevin Samuels with the eyes going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is. Oh, you guys don't know who that is? And
I don't know.
He's always on GMT's panel, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't know who that is?
I seen him on Kuda's panel too, and he started laughing. They said, "Oh, it's a defense force." And Platinum trying to tell him, "You got to get rid of that voice channel." I said, "Dude, he comes from GMT's panel." I saw that. I said, I was scared. I was like, "Whoa!"
You guys don't know who that is?
I don't know who he really is behind who's doing that. Who is he?
I'm gonna put it on the private chat.
Okay.
You guys don't know. I recognized that a long time ago. Well, I'm more familiar with this person. So okay, look in the private chat.
I see it. See over. Oh, okay.
Dog, I'll put it on the private chat so you won't say it out loud.
Wow. Damn.
Doggy.
Yeah. That's some smart trolling.
I don't know who that is. I don't even know who that is. So it's nothing. Y'all gonna have to educate me. Y'all OG. So
Platinum Elite tried to figure out who is this guy, and Cuda too. He was trolling him on the Rose Scholar stream that I was on. And I said he came on that stream, you know, me and MLT went at it, you know, over something small. And I was just looking at that. I'm like, why is he trolling? Every time it's a Kevin Samuels topic, he comes.
Mm-hmm.
That's just wow. This summer's gonna be wild. I mean, I don't know who's gonna troll next. He may troll Ramil next. Watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he may if they talk about Kevin Samuels topic.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't know that. I'm surprised you didn't know that was.
I didn't know who that was. I've heard the name before. I'm like, damn, this dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Learn something new every day, you know, because people have their ways of trouble. Oh, Beasley, and he stopped messing with Angry Man because it's not lucrative to him. He said that on his president of Beasley's channel. He's through with Angry Man. You know, I guess he done let loose off of him. Yeah, but you know, yeah, Angry Man. I don't see him lasting long in this space. You know, he's went left field. So you know.
Was it the political thing? He jumped the shark with the political thing?
It was a combination of everything. The game, politics. It's the same old stuff like MOT.
He was searching for a platform. I remember that's what I was talking about earlier. He had women in his chat.
Yeah.
If you recall, he used to have women moderate and he got burnt.
Mm-hmm.
And then he changed the platform.
Yeah.
And then he started.
That's what he does. The drip lounge. That didn't go well.
Yep. He kept trying to find a home.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, he tried to do it on Kuda's panel and then Kuda wouldn't let him. You know, he's drifting away. I don't see him lasting. He'll be like what we've seen in the space previous before. They just don't last on. Same with Obsidian. If his book don't sell, he's out of there. O'Shea's out of there. See, BGS is the only one standing. They haven't tripped him up yet because he don't show his face. He's like the mouthpiece of the PhDs. You know what I mean? And that's the worst thing. You know, now you got to really debate them and challenge their books. You know, that's what I would advise anyone really, instead of just screaming and yelling at them. You know, that's what they want. So they're easy to debate. Don't get me wrong. You know, when you put them on Teapot, you have to bring the links to him. See, he don't have no help with his followers yelling, screaming on top of you. I've noticed that on panels with him. And Black Privilege challenged him on the masculinity thing too. I was on that panel as well. On Shadow Point, I believe. Or no, it was called Politics, yeah. And he just wasn't gonna stand for it. Black Privilege, you know, he was coming at BGS. You know, see, before he was popular, Zero said it best. You couldn't get near. I mean, you can get a one-on-one with him, but now when he got popular, you can't get near him. And I'll tell you why, because he has that aura about him. Like, look, I'm a pragmatist. I ain't got time to listen to what y'all got to say. You got to cash at me or whatever, and that's what it is now. It's money to him now.
Yeah, and not only that, add to the point the fact that he got his underlings defending him.
Yeah.
So if you come on this panel and you debate on something, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a one-on-one. It's going to be like 3, 4, 5 other people.
It's like
ganging
9.
Up on you.
Yeah, 9. Like 9 against 1. I'm like, oh yeah. God, you got Charles Faulkner, you got Judge Dre. I can call them out. AB, sometimes Arthur Newstall, Arthur Itmore.
See, this the thing. This the thing,
crazy.
right? This the thing.
He does it on Rogers' channel. Think about it. Rogers, no,
right.
And he did it to me.
He swatted me down. And this the thing, because I was so surprised. I'm happy that everyone's changed, including Angry Man. But didn't they both agree? Wasn't they on the Black Womanist guy? They was on that, right? Because he swatted me down with that stuff. And now all of a sudden, he over here and he's espousing this type of stuff, I guess because it's popular. But I never heard him say be in agreement with the BWWS. I never heard him be in agreement with that. When I was saying that stuff in his chat, he kicked me out and clowned me. You know what I'm saying? And now I believe these guys have all changed their opinion on the BW. You know?
They change like the weather, man. Like Kuda's been consistent. He don't worship them. He gets some criticism, but he don't do it as much. He's like in between. He's not your typical Manosphere dude. He came from the mainstream Manosphere, basically. He grew up in the PUA side. He told me his story where he gets some of the information from. But what he does not know, those guys used to watch Wacky and Soul and Black. That's what they got it from. They even know that. And I hate to say it. One of the mainstream Manospheres commenting in this chat said, this guy's right what he's saying, talking about me. And yeah, they know the history. They know. They just don't want to say it. You know, Donovan, they all know. You hear them slip up and say that. They're just ashamed to say it to their subscribers. They slip up every now and then. You have to catch them in certain videos. Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. The creator of MGTOW used to watch my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Barbarossa.
Yeah.
You if you contact Barbarossa right now and ask him about me, he know who I am.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, Barbarossa got his idea of MGTOW from Soul and Black because he used to watch Soul and Black too.
Wallace Silence.
See, this is my thing about. I've always said that about MGTOW is based on Black principles, but it's like Whenever that's brought up, it's associated with homophobia now. So the ideology cannot be utilized by people in the Black Manosphere to help them get. I've said it's kung fu. Like, you ain't got to be like this all the time, but you're supposed to utilize these principles when you might be put in that position. Like, oh man, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah. Like, let me tell you something. A lot those philosophies like MGTOW, SYSBM,
Igmore.
IBMOR, you know, these different little acronyms, they came from a philosophy called the Wall of Silence that was created by a content creator named Solomon Black. All the ideas of all these things, the root of these philosophies came from the Wall of Silence philosophy. Yeah, because that was really the first philosophy online that was really telling men, listen, you got to separate yourself from a lot of these females. You know, if these females are not about what you about, then you just got to, at large, separate yourself from them. So when you see the MGTOW philosophy, they're talking about that. Separate yourself from them. SYSBM talking about separate yourself from a specific group of chicks. IBMOR talks about that. So the root of these ideologies came from the Wall of Silence ideology. But you know what? Nobody today want to give credit to Solomon Black. For some reason, they don't want to give him credit. So it is what
Facts.
it is.
And I'll tell you why. Because he had his message is soundproof. Even the guys in the black sector, like I mentioned, this to guy, what's his name, Black Pride. He used to listen to him. Pink Elephant. He's cool with Goku's son. All those dudes from 1.0.
Yeah.
He gives them praise, and everybody else that they don't understand that pro black stuff was big back then. It was a mix with economics and what you see from these guys talking about now. A lot of stuff we was on that. It's just
Yes.
everybody has different ways of doing it, but you have to be your own individual. See, MGTOW was like a small version of Wall of Silence in a big picture, but SYSBM should be what it is now. I mean, you have prominent members in there before they join. I mean, Matt Bus Driver is, to me, is not a Manosphere guy. That's what Courtney Kuda's saying. Well, he ain't, but he messed with some of them, but he don't mess with everybody. I know he has that mainstream talking points because Aaron Fountain used him as an example. Yeah, he's a little off, but when I found in his live stream when he's trying to get rid of Trey and BD, he's very reasonable. He don't care about the political stuff. He tried to tell them, look, you can't bring that in this group because we're not about that. You know, they're about the interracial dating and the eugenics part, which is kind of deep. I didn't think they was into that, but you know, every brother is different in that group. They have a code. Basically, what I'm saying, SYSBM has a code. I'm just gonna leave them be because SKC said it best. Look, you just got to do your part. It's kind of like Ramil. You know, you got to pitch in. Like when you go on his stream, you have to pay a fee. And I've noticed that in his chat earlier when he was talking about the Derek Chauvin case. I was like, really pay a fee? But he kicked this one white boy out. He tried to say something smart on his panel, and he kicked him out real quick. He said, no, you got to pay the fee, man. I'm sorry. I don't deal with y'all. If you're white, you got to pay. That's a code, and I like that about him when he did that. I said, "Look at Ramil, man. He wasn't playing. You know, Ramil. This is why dudes like Fantastic, all them, they play up to him because they respect him. You know, they're not gonna go against what he say, man. Like, look, he done come back now, and Toxic is gonna be on fire next month. I don't see what he gonna talk about. You know, it's the same thing we're all on. You know, everybody's looking for an answer. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't be in the chat. I had to drop and sit back and listen to the knowledge. Okay, Juan G's. Appreciate you for coming up, man. He's a cool dude. He's trying to start his channel. Yeah. Also
You said Tao City is going to be on fire next month. Why?
yeah, on June 8th, he got suspended talk about that crypto stuff, man. But he's gonna be on fire. He's gonna expose individuals that talk about that stuff. Probably anger man everybody. And Fantastic with the Tommy stuff. Tommy kept bullying Fantastic, man. I just laughed. I just called Mr. Fit and all, man. Come on, man. You taking way more L's. That microphone debate was just dumb. I wish MOT wouldn't have brought it up. That's between them two dudes. I hate to say about your old boy though, he is pretty exposed, man. At this point, who's gonna fall? Gabe A's on his head. Everybody's on his head. Mike V's mad at him about the white boy incident. He just can't say nothing at this point with the racism in the case. He's looking like a fool on Ramil's panel. Ramil ain't gonna save him. Watch, they gonna be fighting eventually. And Kuda said that's all they do. Yeah, that's all they do. That's why I stay out of it. I let them do their thing, and MOT be coming at his head. But this is what I'm talking about. There's so much ego trying to see who's the bigger dog, and I try to just lean away from that. Anytime it's politics, it's about to end wrong. And then when women get involved, that's another, punch for us. But as men, on both races, I've noticed in the mainstream manosphere, they're feeling it,
Yeah.
And 21, what's the name? Studios, he came at the Donovan Sharp. That's a good thing, but Donovan Sharp's going to continue to lie or whatever. He's got a following. They was all cool,
Yeah.
When females get in these spaces, things is different,
You see what it is too? What it is really, it's not really about, the problem is not really about them speaking about politics. It's just, it doesn't matter. It's just the fact that no matter what topic people would debate on in this space, everybody just wants to be right.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't literally say everybody, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
You got some people who just want to be right. You got some who just honest, who just sincere, and who just sincerely, who just genuinely just express what they believe in. But then at the same time, you got people who think that who just want to be right. So when you get into a debate with people who just want to be right, it doesn't matter what facts you bring out, doesn't matter what logic you bring out, they will always trying to find a way to try to be right. Thus, they'll try to manipulate the topic and shit like that and be all disingenuous. I think Perfect Timing said something similar earlier in this stream about that. And that's what caused a lot of these arguments. It's the attitude. It's not even the topic of discussion. It's the attitudes of the people discussing the topic.
Exactly right. And I've noticed that on things like that. And I observe everybody. And even Roger, like, it's the person with the topic. And if you're talking about things that go contrary, yeah, it goes left field. Even on BGS's topics, you look at his platform. He stays away, I think you mentioned this last night. He stays away from, he said it himself, I stay away from domestic politics because sometimes in him and Art New Style, it turns into arguments. So Art's the hottest thing right now for the ghost spot for those debates. And I'll tell you why, no matter which side. Anytime you want to be right and you see your boy over there, like there's two streams, there's proof. The 9-hour one with the Cicely Tyson, he got torched by Black Torch. Black Torch wasn't trying to be right. He was right on his facts about what was going on in politics and conservatism. MOT and Charles Faulkner went at it for the first time. And I had never thought they was going to debate like that, and it all started with the Ice Cube thing. Yeah, the Ice Cube thing. But then here's the next thing, the DMX thing. Art Newstall did a piece on him. Rest in peace to him. And your boy came on, Mr. Fitnall, man. And Edward Anderson triggered it. I'll tell you why. He said something stupid on the panel, and that's what brought him up. He probably told him to get on the panel, and this is why Art didn't want that, and he had to drop everybody down and debate about the issue. As soon as the case that Derek Chauvin was, finally went to jail, whatever, or another trial, and Ramil did the same thing, and MOT corrected him, like, look, this is nowhere they need to overturn. He shut them all up, even Ramil, and I started laughing. And then it's the same thing in the 3-hour debate, and me and Kuda be laughing. This is what they do. Ramil and Arda New Style are the hotspots, and Bernard Riley are the hotspots for politics or women, where they go at, instead of Roger and whoever. That's where they are now, on panels, instead of not doing your own content and, having solutions, you're just fishing for content. That's what Anger Man is doing. Now it's hurting him and he's stressed out. He's been on this websites too long. He's been on it too long. It's kind of like it's too much time, and that's why I agree with timing on that. Yeah, but go ahead, Wacky.
Oh no, I ain't got much to say about. Oh, with the exception of the fact that I mean, yeah, but you hit it in the nail. It's a lot of debates, but not a lot of solutions being drawn out, because you already know a lot of content creators in this current manosphere, they don't care about solutions. So they're not here for solutions. They're here to be entertainers. They're here
Yeah,
to entertain. So when they're here to entertain, they just want to give a good show, right? Quote unquote, a good show, get some super chats, get a few cash apps, and get a few Patreon subscriptions, and that's it. And you know, when the show's over, it's over, and they'll come back the next day and with another minstrel show. That's all it is. So
yeah,
yeah, so when you're here to entertain, you're not here to solve problems. You're here to talk about the problem in order to increase your popularity. But you're not talking about the problem to trying to find a way to solve them. You're not here for that, man. It's became an entertainment space now.
oh
When
yeah,
yeah, like perfect timing to let you know the truth. When this space first started, it started as an activist space. Like it was a space of activism. You know, the majority of people in this space that started this space was pro-black, like Sir Badal was saying. We was intellect. We done things on the intellectual level, and we spoke on things on an activist level. So we was really about solving issues. But now, when time, well, I guess starting in 2012, 2013, with the popularity of Tommy Sotomayor, who came from this space, he took off, and he was one of the first content creators to turn this space around into an entertainment space. And every other content creator who came into space afterwards took his model and became an entertainer like him. And that's why this space is the way it is now. Yeah.
That's deep.
yeah, and that's what basically what we're talking about. And what was going on? It is an entertainment space. The super chats, the nonsense that you hear, it's silly, you know. And you look at everybody's panel. We just mentioned certain individuals. It's not good, you know, because you're focused on one thing. You're supposed to focus on the message, but dudes just love the attention, man. And what I've noticed, and then the females is just like a little sidebar. That's like the little treat that they want to get into. And you got to understand that that builds subscribers and fan bases. I understand that if you talk bad about them enough, or just a clout chase on an individual's name, yeah, you're gonna get likes and super chats. Now, super chats is kind of like funny. They said they buy wrenches from super chats and cash chats. I shook my head. I'm like, okay. And then
Wow.
you got 2.0 guy said, just stick around, you'll get a wrench. And I'm like, okay. That's what BGS does, and him and Art Nipmore. I said, okay, I already know what y'all hearts is at.
Like
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, man.
how pathetic must someone be in order to buy a wrench?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? What's the
yeah,
big deal about
I've
it?
seen that. I've seen that.
yeah. Oh my goodness, but it just amazes me though. Like,
Obsidian does that, right?
yeah, it's him. I think um, I think Arta Edmore does a little bit, but it's a few
No,
others. No,
no,
Ramil. No, Ramil. My fault. Ramil. I think Obsidian and Ramil do that. I
no.
think the others do it. Yeah.
No. It's one thing. It's one thing to ask. It's one thing to offer to give someone a wrench if they pay them, which is pathetic also. But it's another thing to be a member of the audience and actually be dumb enough to pay a content creator just to get a wrench. Now you're even more pathetic to do that. Oh, I want to pay somebody because I just want a wrench. It's like, well, come on, man. It's either some will give you a wrench at their channel or they won't. You know, some channels I
Hmm.
got a wrench, some channels I don't. I don't sweat it. I don't care. What the hell is that?
Same. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what was so funny? There was someone who offered a content creator money to remove my wrench from
Mm-hmm.
their from their channel. So you also got that. You also got people paying content creators to remove wrenches from other people.
Right.
What's that?
It's usually females that say that, and males too.
I was gonna say because there's too much female offline chatting going on.
Oh,
It's too much female. Like I meet some good brothers, but I'm not really a phone person, so I hope nobody will take it personal. But I don't really be on the phone. But I've noticed that a lot of this stuff been happening between conversations, people calling people outside of panels and stirring shit up. Just like women, like being real messy, like offline, like on the phone and shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah,
nothing wrong with building if we on the activist tip, like you said, and we calling each other to create some networking, but I don't see it. It's a trip.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It be on that shit. It be like you said. It's people that be behind the scenes. They talk to these content creators, and they basically using these content creators as their puppets. They just pulling the strings.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember that because people try to do the same with me. You know, in the past, people try to do the same shit with me, and then I'm like, "Fuck out of here, man! You ain't pulling my strings. Ain't no one pulling my fucking strings." But it's shit. Yeah, there was this one female like years ago when I was like very popular in this space. You know, me and her, we used to speak behind the scenes, but because she offered me her phone number, right? And we were speaking like friends. We was speaking like friends. I thought, okay, she a cool sister. Maybe we could be cool. And she said, she wanted to build someone activist tip. But then she thought, see, we got cool, but she got too comfortable. She thought that she could use me as her puppet because what she wanted me to do, she wanted me to speak on certain topics on video while it's her. She wanted me to speak on certain topics and she wanted to give me the details so I could go on a video and do if I go on video and speak about it while she hide behind the scenes. And I asked her, I said, hold on, why don't you make some video? Why don't you make the videos yourself and you speak about these topics if you feel a certain way about, this subject? And she was giving me 101 excuses. And I told her, I finally told her, I said, listen, I'm not going to do it. Okay. I'm not going to do it because that's not how I feel. If that's how you feel, you got to go on YouTube and express these things yourself. I'm not going to make topics just because you want me to make them. I'm not going to do that. Right. So, to make the long story short, she stopped calling me. So I'm like, okay, that was her whole agenda the whole time. Her whole agenda is to pretend to be cool with me for so she could use me as her puppet. And when that didn't work, she just stopped calling and probably most likely look for some other fool. So basically, that happens. And I know that from experience.
Yeah, that's usually the way it is, man. Yeah. Looks like, yeah, looks like I've been long enough. I'm about to shut this down. Any last words, fellas? Which one's gonna go first?
No, man, y'all educated me a lot on this stuff, man. That 1.0 and stuff, man. It's been a great stream. Thank you for having me up, bro. Thank you.
Oh, appreciate it. Come by anytime, man.
I will. I will. Nice to
All right.
meet you, Wacky World, man. I learned a lot. I'm about to check you out. Put your link in the back. I can subscribe.
Okay.
Most deaf. Put your link in the back also.
Oh, thank you. I will. I
Yeah,
will.
yeah. Most
Okay.
deaf. I'll put my link in the back right now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Gotta do more of this, man. Cause if you don't know this stuff, you never know. You come into the thing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And It's all about building a proper foundation. I think you even mentioned that without this knowledge, man, what it's like building blocks already here. Like I feel like God made sure that I got this knowledge. That's how I feel right now. I'm gonna just say that.
Okay.
Most definitely, most definitely. But yo, Sir with Yahoo, thank you for having me on here. I'm about to be out. So perfect timing. It was nice to meet you too. So I'll put the link on my YouTube channel in the back. So perfect. Do you create content?
Yeah, I'm putting it in right now, man. I'm new, man. So I made it over 100 subs. I'm very happy, excited. So I've been celebrating, but I'm new. I got like
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to you right now. All right.
good looking, man. I'm gonna subscribe to you too. I got you subscribed too, sir.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Just come by anytime. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming.
No license at all.
I'll be streaming at 4:30 tomorrow about asceticism. You know, it's gonna be a longer stream, and then I'll probably open up the panel soon or later. But yeah, appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man.
All right. Yeah. Have a good night. All right.
All
Shalom.
right, all right,
Peace.
shalom, Waki. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's about time to go, man. So I appreciate everybody that came. Absalon, Manosphere, Wacky World, One G's. Perfect time. I appreciate you, brother. Coming through Kabashi.